live, yeah?
Yeah.
Good morning, lovely people. It is Monday, the 22nd of May. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by y'all, the culture. And you know the vibe, as always, it's lit. We'll introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, Big Mouse from the East Side. Good morning, people.
Oh, it's your favorite. It's your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
Hello, hi. I'm Gino. Thanks.
Thanks.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, Melanin Jam-Packed.
That is right. It's a special someone's birthday today. Not you guys don't know him. He's in my life.
Oh, is
It's my
that?
brother's birthday.
Oh, happy
Cheers.
birthday, baby.
What the heck
It's only brother I've got, babes.
No.
Yeah.
That's your brother.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was too loud.
Oh, you said that like you know teen.
Girl.
Was that
Well,
your style, yeah?
That is my brother.
I've seen him like
Is that what you're into? Is that what you
on
want?
her page. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my brother. If you look closely, we've got the same face.
Yeah, I said that to you the first time.
Yeah,
innit?
everyone says that to me. Like if you look
They're
closely,
like, yeah.
I really just look like him, but just with a wig. It's ridiculous. But big up my brother Alex. Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
him. He doesn't watch the show, but
He needs to
I
start.
just love my brother so much. So I'm gonna let y'all know. But yeah, I need to message him actually. But yeah, how is everyone doing? How was your weekend?
Yeah, all good, man.
Yeah.
Can't complain, yeah.
I went out last night.
Of course you do. We heard about your shenanigans.
All right. Good night.
Whore. I'm joking.
No,
No, you
whore.
actually look offended. I'm joking.
Don't say
Oh, no,
things
that's
like
a
that.
joke.
It's a joke.
That's not the kind of jokes. What if I just start calling you whores? Is that jokes?
I know that's right.
Yeah, you, like,
I need help, you know. Honestly, sorry. I'm sorry.
we wouldn't take offense.
I was a good youth. I went home
Yeah.
alone.
Barely.
Wholesome.
I said barely.
Barely. Remember, we spoke already, so.
Barely.
No, don't make that sound like I've done something untowards.
No, you didn't.
Which means you went out, had a great time. Your wholesome self went home, and here you are at work this morning.
Love that for you.
Come on.
What a king, man.
Bed by 2, up by 5.
Period.
Wow.
3 hours.
It's a nap.
Literally.
No,
Power,
that's
that's, yeah.
that's a
Extended
power
nap. Literally.
That's good. Love that. Do you know? The weekend?
I didn't do anything, you know. I'm trying to hibernate until
I saw Yusuf last night,
Outside.
actually.
Out.
yeah.
I saw Yusuf last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was in the dance. Must have had more fun than me.
Clearly.
Because he's not here. You're actually dumb.
That's funny. That's funny. But what event did you go to?
Tasers and Chucky's R&B slow jam event.
Big up them, man.
Yeah,
Did
it
an
was
amazing
lit. It was the year anniversary thing or whatever. It was
Oh,
it
sick.
was in like Brixton Electric.
Okay.
Them man are playing concert venues now, so
That's
Love
cold,
that, man.
you know.
Big up
That's
Taser.
proper
Big up
sick.
Chucky.
yeah, big up them.
That's sick.
I was there, living my best one.
All right, Joe Budden. The heck?
Didn't clock. That's family, so I'll have to.
Just keep that same energy in it when it comes to us lot, because I've never heard that many guns
And horns.
and horns in my damn life.
Damn. All right, so I've got a question of the day for you guys. This is a thing, by the way, guys, all the time. And production sets the questions, so y'all don't,
No, it's actually OpenAI.
open his eye.
AI said.
It's my
Bard.
AI companion. Yeah.
Oh, Bard? Oh, Bard sets these questions. All right,
Yeah.
that's fine then.
Sorry.
No Bard getting involved in TDA. He's got a contract. Ridiculous. All right, so you don't know what love is unless you put up a fight. Do you agree?
All right, Summer.
In it.
Look at Bard. What,
Literally.
Bard is-
All right, Summer.
Bard-
Any summer walker bag. He hurting.
we love that though. Bard's got feelings. We love that. So do you guys agree?
Why must you tussle though?
All right, you better ask.
Like, why do you have to yeah,
Give
give
and
and take?
take.
Why?
I don't believe that.
I don't think you have. I don't think you have. Like, it's not every day, man.
Like, honestly, like, I don't think love is easy. Actually, no. I don't think relationships and unions are easy. But, and actually, no, I don't think loving is easy either, because sometimes I just don't want to like you. No, I said no, because I read a lot of like vlogs about love and whatever. But it's like I like you. I may not love you all the time, but I like you daily.
Okay.
And in my liking you daily is what keeps me here. No, other way around.
Other way around.
My bad.
Yeah.
I love you, but I don't like you all the time. But the love is what keeps me here, wanting to work on the relationship again and again. So no, I don't think you have to fight, man. It's not every day. Doing fight for this love.
Yeah.
And I think, I say no as well because sometimes people be fighting and you are just fighting. See that
losing
meme of the
battle.
woman on the train? And there's nothing there. It's just, yeah. So no, I don't agree.
Do you feel like people, you know how people say, oh, you don't know what you're going to do unless you're in that situation?
Yeah.
Do you believe that that's true?
100%.
Yeah. I think
It's so
Not
easy
always,
to
though.
talk.
Okay.
I think it's easy to talk, but I think some things you have an idea of how you're wired already. So when you're in that situation, how you're already wired leads what decision you make.
But
So
then,
not everything.
I'd say with that though, emotions play a big role. So I think even if you're
Yeah.
wired a certain type of way, without emotions, like emotions play a massive role in how you respond to stuff.
Like real time emotions.
Yeah, so I can sit here and be wired a certain way and be like, I'll never take a guy back if he cheats on me, right? Because of how I'm wired. But then be in that situation, have a lot of emotions, and in that have a completely different outcome because I'm not going off logic and how I'm wired. I'm going based on my emotions. Do you get what I mean?
One of the investments we have together.
Yeah. So I just girl. So I always do think that I'm a firm believer of you. Like it's so easy to just talk and yap like a rat on the highway until you're actually.
Right, it's right. So you're looking at the highway, they're talking.
No, literally. Have you not seen the thing? That South African guy.
No.
Oh, you must have seen it, man. The drunk guy.
Nah.
No? Oh, never
I
mind.
didn't say.
Anyway, but yeah.
There was a time where drunk Africans were trending, weren't they?
Yeah, literally. Do you know who's trending now?
It's crazy.
Have you seen this is so funny, yeah, because he triggers me all the time, yeah. And I put it up the other day. The guy who's in the club and he talks about like uncles, how they move to young girls. And like it's like a drunk Ugandan, I think he's Ugandan.
Yeah,
or Southern African.
It's okay.
No, not him.
Oh, no.
And it's someone who's like pretending to be like role play basically, right?
Okay.
And he's drunk, but he's like slurring his words and even burps. But the video is so funny. I was so
he's playing
triggered.
out how uncles move to.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, that
how
was
Okay, but what made you ask that?
No, I
hear
heard
it
so.
now?
Yeah, I can hear it. Something went,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, it's come back now. I can hear them now.
Well, we live there on the thing. Let me check.
Let me eat my porridge quickly.
Have a hearing.
Okay, I can hear the mics now.
I feel so weird.
Why?
Because you're drunk.
Connect Bluetooth.
We're back in?
Yeah.
Yes. So someone said you look better in person. Why do people think that's a compliment?
Is it a backhanded
I
compliment?
don't think
I
it's
think it's a backhanded.
You know what? I don't. No, you know, to be fair, yeah, it depends on how it's delivered. Because there was one girl that said that to me, and I just looked at her and thought,
You don't want a girl saying that. You don't want a girl saying that to you. That would seem like
That one-
no,
crazy.
a girl said it to me.
She was a hater.
That sounds like that's shade though, isn't it?
That's shade. If it comes from a woman, it's shade. if it's coming from a man, I feel like you've been a victim to one too many catfish incidents. So it's a compliment when it's come from a man. But if it's come from a girl, you have no reason to tell me that you think I'm pretty in person. Like, there is no reason.
I would never
for you
tell
to tell me
someone they're laying in person.
I think it's rude.
I think it's rude, yeah. I'll just pretend like I ain't clocked.
What if they think that, oh, like, you're nice on the gram, but, like, you're exceptional in person?
You know what? You could do that one.
No, but is it a woman? That's the thing. If it's a man telling me, it will always be a compliment. Because again, I think men are catfished a lot, so I get it. If it's a woman telling me,
I want to talk about something, but I don't know if I can talk about it. I'm
I say you go
so
for it.
annoyed.
That's
it's Monday.
That's
It's Monday, let's do it.
You got catfish?
No, it's not me, but people I know. I don't know
Are
if I can be
catfishes?
talking their business online.
Just don't say their names, innit?
Obviously, I'm not going to say their names.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Is there a man or woman that was catfished? Who's the catfish and who's the catfisher and the catfish?
It's a guy. A guy tried to catfish 2 people I know on the same day on Saturday.
And he's not what he looks like online.
He didn't even show up.
Really?
It's a story. It's a story. But
So how long were they bonding online for that in chats for?
this is why I don't do dating sites, by the way.
Okay.
What, because of catfish?
It's all well at home. I felt that.
This is why
felt that.
nobody should even come and be like,
No, this is my
you should
thing,
try
though.
Hinge. Huh?
This is one of my things.
No.
Okay, the other day,
Sorry.
yeah.
Me.
This is my thing. Because I
Clean
just
up
don't
on
believe
Hinge
it.
though, man.
Me, no, I'm alright, man. Listen. Oh, I feel. Can I talk about this?
What, you got a bad experience?
No, it's not me. All right. Anyway, so basically, I'm not gonna say. So 2 people I know, yeah.
Yeah.
One person was like, "Oh, I've got a date today," and I was just like, "Okay," like we're really excited about it. Cool. Other person was on socials like ranting about something, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, what's the issue?" kind of thing. And she was like, "Oh, if I ever mention that I'm going on a date again, remind me of this day." So I was like, "What do you mean? What happened?" And she was just like, "Oh, I got stood up." I was like, "Stood up as in like you went and the person didn't show up?" She was just like, "Yeah," and then he tried to get me to come to his house. I was
She
like,
did what?
I was like, weird. And she was just like, yeah. And then she made a comment and she was just like, oh, I was telling my friends it was too good to be true that he was going to take me to this place on our first date, yeah? And obviously I know that that's where my friend's going. So I was like, no, I'll be optimistic because my friend's on her way.
Gina.
Girl. I was like, my friend's on her way.
But they could have had dinner with each other.
I was like,
and talked
my
about it.
friend's on her way to go to this place with a guy on her first date. And then she was like, wait a minute.
No, because that's too good to.
What's his
Boy.
name? And I was like, I don't know, but I can find out his name. She was like, is his name so-and-so? And where did she meet him? So I was like, yeah, she met him here, and this is his name. And she was like, tell her to go home. I said, no. So obviously I've messaged her, and I'm like, not panicking, but I'm like, sis, don't go, just stay in your house. Like, just, you know what I mean? But no, I did think I came across a bit too intense. You know when you panic, and I thought...
No, but it is a panic because you never know because he might show up. You just never know, innit?
I know, so, but I really panicked. And then I
Could
was
have
like...
blocked her blessings. They could have been soulmates.
No, which is why I then said, you know what, yeah? I'm sorry. I feel like I've come across really intense. And I was like, I apologize. Like, it's only because you're my
They say
friend.
we're not unaccountable.
I said, because I'm your friend.
Silly.
I'm just obviously thinking about you in
protective.
it. I was like, but also, I don't want you to think that I think you're not worthy of going to such a place on your first date just because you done that to someone. No, do you know what it was? I just felt I felt like, bruh, am I projecting? Do you know what I mean?
No, I like how you approach that though.
I just felt like, Gina, calm down.
Like, the way you spoke to her after.
Yeah, no,
That's
because I was
really
like, I
good.
don't want you to think that I think you're not worthy of going to this place on your first date. Just because he's done this to this person doesn't mean he's going to do it to you. I said, but the fact that this information fell on my lap was too coincidental for me not to say.
But then, though, did you then message her to be like, you didn't come?
No, let me land.
Oh, dear.
So I was like, so I'm just letting you know, innit? So I'm really sorry if I overreacted. And she
Yeah.
was like, no, it's fine. I'm with my friends. Anyway, like, I've gone to, I think she went to her female friend's house beforehand. So she was like, she's going to come with me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and whatever. Cool. An hour later, Gina, you didn't overreact.
He didn't show up.
He did the same thing. So with the first person, it was the communication was literally like, I'm on the way. Mr. Moon, you get here. When she gets here, she messages him. He's like, I'm still at home, but you can come to my house. We can chill here, actually, and sent his address.
He must be sick.
And
Must be sicko.
then, so obviously I sent the screenshots to my friend, right, of that
The other
thing.
conversation, yeah.
So obviously she sent me
Same
a
script.
screenshot, same script. But he
That's
was like,
my
oh,
thing.
my battery's gonna die. Let me know when you get here. Then she messages and he goes, oh, you took too long. I went home.
Do you know what my thing is, though?
But you can come to my house. We can chill here instead and send his postcode.
If you want to be stupid, first of all, people need to upset. Do you know what?
So do you think he's catfish?
No.
Yeah.
So then I remembered the scenario and I was like, this sounds very familiar. He got called out on the Shea Borough before.
Girl.
Is it?
Yeah. So
he's
also-
not a catfish.
Have you seen the
though?
No
post?
context. Yeah.
I want to see it.
Let me tell you why he's a catfish. Because my friend said to me that please don't be angry if you listen to this episode and I'm sharing the
We don't
story.
know who it
We
is.
don't know who
100%.
your friend is, man. Tell us
And-
up.
Okay. We're
I'm
not
just
doing
being
that.
an accountable person.
And then they'll
Anyway,
say women aren't accountable.
okay, so she before she was going,
Yeah.
she said, I'm a bit weirded out by it. She was like, I've got a bit of a weird feeling about this though. And I was like, why? She was like, because when he messaged her on the account, yeah, he was like, he's deleting his account or something like that, right? But he sent her a video or like a video. I don't know how these apps work, but I think he sent her a video message. But she was like, it was dark, but he didn't look like he did in the picture. So she was just like,
He's feeling out the
and
camera.
then he kind of like deleted his account, right? Then the other person, the first girl who told me, she was like the same. She was just like, you know what? My gut instinct told me that this was weird because like they had each other's number, and like he'd always send her like videos of himself in the dark, like a video, like him talking on camera. Do you know what I mean? So it was just weird, isn't it? And then obviously I found the Shade Borough post, yeah. I don't know if it's him, but
Just say it because I want to see it.
but it's very like it seems like it is the same person, yeah. And so basically there's a person who lives in Belgium, and he was like, I'm the guy, this is my picture that this guy has been
that
using, and he's been
using.
catfishing me.
remember that,
He's been so he was like, I don't even live in London, but this guy's been using my picture and catfishing girls on Hinge, like so he actually is yeah.
Oh, so he's definitely a catfish.
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
I just don't like lazy. I feel like if you wanna be conniving or whatever, I just don't like laziness when it's. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to laziness, be a bit creative. Clearly, you ain't got the looks or anything like that. So pour your energy into another area.
I just don't understand why you do all that stuff because what are you gonna? You can't meet the person.
You can't meet the person. So what are we doing
So
here?
what are you doing? Just wasting their time and that.
But have you ever watched Catfish the show?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people are lonely, so they just want that closeness. But the thing is, like, they
They
then
ruin
don't
people's
believe in their
lives.
source to meet up with you.
ruin
But then
people's
that,
lives, though.
yeah, but that gives you something. Oh my gosh, have you watched
No, the people are the people,
the
the people are stupid though. The people
I'm
are
not gonna lie
stupid.
though, yeah.
The people that
That
get their
get
lives
catfished.
ruined
Yeah.
usually deserve it. They're idiots. Like,
Not always, you know.
no, come on, man.
No, I feel like
How
the
you gonna
ones-
let someone? You can't let someone you don't know ruin your life,
I feel
man. This
like
is ridiculous.
The ones where you're talking to Bow Wow. Oh, girl. Be for real. Be for real.
And for years, you know.
Years. Bow Wow. Really? That's who you think you're talking to. But I think like the other people, that makes sense. I get why people get catfished, man. Because a lot of people are lonely in this world. But for me, the fat ass Kelly Price one is the funniest.
How can you catfish your cousin? Was it his cousin?
His cousin.
How can you catfish your cousin and bring your cousin's life because she called you a fat ass Kelly Price? So your revenge was
They're like, so
nah.
why did you do it then? Well, you never should have called me a fat ass Kelly Price.
No. You see that show? I agree with Mark here, where I do feel like even if it's a normal person, yeah, for you to like get so emotionally invested in someone you've never met, you've never seen face, like, especially in the day and age that we're in, we're not strangers to these things. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you can't. And people are sending people money and all of this stuff. I just think, brother,
Yeah, the sending money one,
have
you
some
people are not
decorum.
serious. I feel like sending money and stuff like that. I feel like if you're just talking to someone, if you're talking to other people as well, time can go if you're just talking to somebody. Because obviously, depending on who you like the most, that's who you want to, I guess, see the most. If you've got a roster going on, how about like from numbers 3 to 7, feel like do like ad hoc shifts. They don't have the main shifts. Do you get what I mean? But it is weird that people actually go months and months and months. It's weird, man, but it's sad, man. Sad scenes. All right.
There's some people that think that come across like catfish, but they're not.
What do you mean?
Like there's some profiles out there that just
Weird.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
don't
and
post, they don't do nothing.
they don't
I'm like,
post, they don't do things. Some guy look too good to be true as well. There's no. They look so leng and then they ain't got no friends in their comments. They're just weird pages and you're like, this is catfish.
But that is definitely catfish though.
No, but I've bugged a couple that's not been though.
You're brave.
I am.
You are brave.
I am.
You're brave.
I can't lie. No, because what's the worst that can happen? I don't mind talking to catfish. I was just like the catfish was leng. Like the picture you used was leng. It's not my fault.
suppose.
More fault of you. Like I'm not even upset about that. If that makes sense. Some people get proper offended and I'm just like, I feel like again, I think the onus is on you, like it's like more for me, innit? You get me? Like if I fell for that shit and whatnot, then it's like
Personally, I feel like you're a catfish, or you got catfish tendencies, or you got the qualities of a catfish. If you're trying to move to me, but your page is on private.
Oi,
I think that's some
they make me
stupid
so
things.
angry because
It's so annoying.
9 times out of 10, yeah, when I'm like, all right, fine, let me be open-minded,
Girl.
and I click follow,
It ain't getting me nowhere.
yeah.
and then I'm just
Always
like,
regret pressing the button.
Do you know what I
innit?
do? Do you know what I do?
Just press unfollow instantly.
No, but do you know what I do as well? I go an extra step. I'm removing follower.
oh,
I'm
removing
follower.
Oh, you remove it as well?
Don't follow me.
What's that?
Follow me. Basically, someone follows you, you can remove them from following
from-
you,
you
and
can
don't
stop them,
notify
yeah.
them. Because you trapped me. This is a trap.
Do you know what?
Open your page up.
You know what I'll even do? You're right, you know. I won't even unfollow you. I'll just remove you as a follower because that will automatically...
Yeah, but then you be following them, so you have to unfollow them too.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you soft block. If you soft block, you block and then you unblock, then you're not following. No one's following each other in this place. That's always lit as well. We don't know to do that anymore.
No, but
It's really following
listen,
now.
9 times out of 10, yeah. No, not 9. 10 times out of 10. I've always just, you know, the alpha fist.
Yeah.
You do regret pressing the button a lot of the
think,
time.
why?
I agree, but I take it back.
But I realised someone was saying something to me the other day. There was like, there's like no, it was a few months ago or something. There was like, yeah, this girl's a catfish on Twitter or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't care, kind of thing. And I was like, the content is good, man. Like you were trying to say that. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like she's like, I always thought. I was like, even if it is, I said like the profile, the verse she's gone with.
Mate, I like it.
I'm feeling it. You get me? But then they said, how do you know it's a girl?
There's that too.
And I was like,
Fat ass Kelly Price.
I was
That's
like, dang, that's a game changer.
that is yuck.
Changes everything, innit? Literally changes everything.
Dumb. You actually say dumb.
Why? Because he said yuck. Brent.
No. But to ask if it is, you think we have any catfishes in our community?
I think we do.
Do you reckon?
100%.
I think in this day and age, it's just bound to happen, man. But I think,
I think in this day and age, but in this TDA live chat, we do. Boys and girls.
Who have you got your number on? Who do you think's a catfish?
I can't say.
I'll save that verse for another album.
And listen,
For another album.
TDA
Okay.
After Dark had a special.
And now it's time for the headline.
Headlines.
All right.
All right, so our first headline. According to the BBC, Rishi Sunak, the PM, will meet his ethics advisor on Monday to discuss Suella Braverman's handling of a speeding offence. The Home Secretary sought advice about arranging a private speed awareness course via officials and an aide. Labour and the Lib Dems want the PM's ethics advisor to investigate whether she breached the ministerial code, which is a government source has denied that she broke any of the rules.
Wait, she done a private speed awareness thing?
Yeah, she asked them to.
About arranging it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was caught speeding when she was an Attorney General last summer and faced 3 points on her licence and a fine or a course as part of a group. On Monday, the Prime Minister will meet, today, Sir Laurie Magnus, who's the independent official who are opposition parties want to examine the claims when he returns from the G7 summit in Japan. Mr. Sunak early declined to say whether he would be ordering an inquiry when asked about the story at the G7 summit in Japan. Speaking at a news conference, he also declined to say he backed her, but a down the street source later said that of course he did. So he, in that same exchange, he said, I don't know the full details of what has happened, nor have I spoken to the Home Secretary, but I understand she has expressed regret for speeding, accepted the penalty and paid the fine. And guess who's back in the news again?
There's a lot. Boris?
I was going to go there as well, you know. I haven't looked at the deck. I was going to say it, yeah.
It's always Boris.
Well, it's kind of about him. So it's a bit of a weird one. So basically, remember, trigger warning here, of murder. And you remember Joe Cox, the MP? Mm-hmm. So basically the husband of the murdered MP, Joe Cox, has accused a film that portrays an attempt to kill Boris Johnson, right? of normalising violence against politicians.
Is it fiction?
Yeah.
So they just made up a film about killing Boris.
And they tried to call it. They tried to say it was fiction, but we know it's about Boris.
Well, yeah.
Fiction is not fake. It's not real, right?
Yeah.
How are you gonna make something that's not real, but we know who you're really talking about?
well,
The
film,
the seeds.
the film is called.
Where's that sound?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was a cat.
Well, the film is called Killing Boris Johnson,
Oh, stop
Are you
it.
joking?
and it premieres at Cannes Film Festival.
Film festival.
Yeah, this month. And basically, it follows a main character, who takes a gun to a primary school, which is being visited by Mr. Johnson after it was revealed parties were being held at Downing Street, right, during lockdown. So it's kind of loosely based on real life, right? So Kaz, who's played by Shadrach Agonzino, plots to assassinate the former prime minister before buying a mask of Mr. Johnson to wear to the primary school. So at the actual on the actual Cannes Film Festival website, a summary of the film says the inner turmoil of a grieving son collides with the failing political tenure of the Conservatives. So that's basically the whole premise behind it. So somebody obviously has gone through the whole lockdown situation. Their parent maybe has died or whatever, and obviously they want to take out this frustration on Boris Johnson when he goes to visit a particular primary school. So Brendan Cox, whose Labour wife, Jo Cox, was murdered in 2016, led the actual backlash against the film, right, which was made by the National Film and Television School. And he says, when speaking to the Daily Mail, that titles like this normalise violence directed at politicians. And this is why he kind of wants this whole particular thing kind of, banned and whatnot. But the film's director, Musa Alderson Clark, has previously denied that the film incites any violence. Speaking to The Times, he said, there are some people who feel it's really inappropriate, but the film isn't about trying to radicalise anyone into wanting to incite violence. And anyone who watched it would obviously understand that.
But the film is called Killing
Boris Johnson.
Yes. If I was Boris Johnson, I'd sue, He's got grounds for that.
Boy. But yeah. That's the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into topic of the day. You're not AI though, is it?
No. All right, people. So this topic was submitted by Stacey. And obviously, as you guys know, she's in America. And last week on Friday, we reported how Montana is the first state in America to officially ban TikTok, right? And that's going to come into action on the 1st of January next year. So we kind of went to it a bit before, but just in case anyone kind of missed it, basically how they want to kind of enforce it is by banning TikTok from being in any of the app stores. So preventing people from actually downloading it. So it's not like they can really monitor people's devices like that. You know what I'm saying? Or at least people are still deliberating on whether that can be done. But the main step is that they're going to fine Google or Apple for having it in the App Store from the 1st of January next year.
Fine them?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're going to fine them.
How can they find them?
It's not allowed. It's illegal.
Fine as in Fine.
What, Montana?
Yeah, the state's going to fine Apple and Google.
Oh, I thought it meant individuals that use it.
Yeah, but how?
For making it accessible to the people.
Yeah, for making it accessible.
But it's accessible to everybody.
No, but if in Montana though.
But so Montana wanted to take it off their app store.
Yeah,
So that means if you're in the Montana range, you wouldn't come up on your app store.
exactly.
So
Well, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It
So
shouldn't.
if I
yeah.
step out of Montana,
Then
I can download
Then
it.
you can do your thing.
So if I download it, then come back into Montana with it, that's the grounds in which they want to sue Apple.
Well, no. So this is where people are kind of not sure about how it's going to be enforced.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, if you're in Montana, from that particular date, it shouldn't be on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Via the App Store. If you downloaded it before, you can still use it. This and that. That's what it's saying, right? But yeah, it sounds weird because it's pretty much like you were just saying. How is this going to be done? You know what I'm saying? Everyone's asking the same type of question. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. But anyway, the main question is, do you feel like this ban is understandable? Let's start there. Do you understand why they're doing it? Do you feel like they have legit grounds? Because remember, prior to this, we were reporting on how the US government are saying we don't want no TikTok on any government worker's phone because of national security breaches, potential national security breaches, I should say, and stuff like that. And obviously, it's kind of spread around to certain places as well. India in 2020, they banned TikTok full stop. So there's no TikTok in India, and as well as a few other Chinese apps as well. The European Commission as well, they banned it. UK has banned it on government worker phones, I believe, as well. Because remember we spoke about that when Prince was here.
Yeah, but this is just all politics, though, isn't it? It's not necessarily about the app being.
Normal people.
It's not necessarily about that being bad, isn't it? This is like a. Yeah, Cold War business, space race stuff. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's what it seems like, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously they're going to chat all the shit they want. And obviously any devices can be used for good or bad or whatever. Like that. But I'm saying that I don't know. I don't get the whole thing anyway. You get me? Because I don't know what China's doing and all the information, all this stuff. Like I haven't got a horse in the political race and what's going on between England and America and India and China and all that. You get me? So I'm kind of like none the wiser to it. I don't really get it. You get me? Even now, I don't even really get what they're saying China's doing with that.
Well, okay, yeah, go on.
Like you're saying, it's taking people's information, but ain't the same shit that Facebook's doing.
Exactly.
Is it just because it's Chinese, basically? It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, I don't get involved in it. It's all above me. I don't know.
Exactly. Because like apparently there was one guy who was chatting. I think he was being interviewed by one news platform, and it was like at first we were kind of understanding the US government's position on this, but he thought, wait a minute, Facebook, Twitter, everyone else does it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's like happened to me as such. You know what I'm saying? So why am I feeling some type of way about TikTok? But let me read something to you.
Because TikTok is owned by the Chinese government.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he basically seen it as, even if you have my data, what's that going to do to my life? You know what I'm saying? Because all these other companies have my data too. That's what he's basically trying to say.
If it is that TikTok is on your phone, I'm sure they can use backdoors to get into your phone and steal information that is.
Yeah, but do what? Are they doing fraud now, you're saying? Are they doing fraud?
China, the whole government?
Yeah.
No, it's more so.
So it would be the government phones that they'd be worried about. It's not civilians. It's not bothering civilians. It's not. You don't have to worry about TikTok on your phone and them going through back channels to get into your phone and so. For what? What are they gonna do? Then what?
I don't know if it's just that easy to just kind of dispel or overlook. Only because if you have government officials, right, in certain places or certain positions in government, not even just government, even civil service, you're gonna have your company phone and you're gonna have your personal phone, right? There's sometimes when it is that would bleed over. You'll be doing stuff on the phone that you're not supposed to be doing stuff on, but the Chinese government has access to that. You could be having conversations on that particular phone that you shouldn't be having conversations on. The Chinese government would have access to that. I think they canvass everything, and there are ways to get to people, find out information about people, get compromise on people where they have influence. I don't know, I'm not a spy. I'm not a spook, but
I'm saying this is people with
surely this
people
is
with
just
influence or
dangerous
people
stuff.
that work in government and stuff like that. I'm saying no, that's I understand. I'm saying this normal TikTok civilian, us having it here, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't care about that.
I don't know
do we?
about that. But
That's what I'm asking.
Well,
I'm saying.
this normal civilian,
Yeah.
you've bucked government officials before, right?
Yeah.
You may not even know.
Yeah.
I personally know somebody who works as not a spook, but somebody who has information that they can't be talking about freely,
Yeah.
right? And if it is, I'm in contact with this person all the time as a civilian, somehow they can get information from that person through me. I don't know if it's that, like,
Yeah. So make it.
deep or whatnot, but
It's a point.
there,
though. I'm just trying to
there
find.
must be a reason as to why it is the Chinese government even want to own something like that has access to so many people in the first place, and to have
Because knowledge is power, innit? So if you got information, you could do what people decide to do with information is up to them, and that's why it's dangerous because you could do anything with it when you don't know what
there
kind of
you go.
information. you get.
Even if it is we talked about how the algorithm in China is completely different than what it is that we're fed over here. Not the algorithm, but what it is that we're fed, right? Dumbing down a whole nation as a long-term play is.
Oh
is
yeah, I
amazing,
forgot about
right?
that side of things. Again, I saw that app with my own two eyes. I scrolled through it. It's like this Western one is like it's like toxic waste, basically, in comparison to what they're feeding. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that could be, like you're saying, just dumbing down the whole generations of people and that.
In my mind, the American government have some information that maybe they haven't shown to us as to why it is that they're looking to now say, no, China, you better move properly, or else it is that we're going to start locking off access to our citizens. In my mind, they would have
Yeah, I get
more
you.
information. Probably if it is that I went and foraged in Reddit, I might find some information. Yeah, maybe I will dedicate this weekend to doing that. I don't know.
But basically, this stems because US officials, they worry that TikTok's links to China through its parent company ByteDance, might result in Americans' personal information being leaked to the Chinese government, right? And this is what, according to authorities, this is what they're saying, that this could then help China with spying or disinformation campaigns against the US. You know what I'm saying? Because now you know what the people in America kind of think, what they do, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of then, you're better placed to put out these propaganda campaigns. You know what I'm saying? To kind of mess things up. Remember the whole situation with Trump and when he won the election, and how people were saying Russia helped him win the election.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Can you imagine another nation doing that, putting a guy in power in America? That's crazy.
Probably happens already though.
That's what Facebook was accused of doing. During the election, there were certain videos, misinformation, disinformation that was pushed proper by Facebook, and a lot of people started believing things that weren't true. So that could be the same. I mean, TikTok is the biggest platform now, isn't it?
It is. Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of like the new Google. I
Is
wanna
TikTok
find
the
out
biggest
something, I have to go
platform
on
now?
TikTok.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, there's more users than Twitter.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't know that.
I feel like even with me, if I'm looking for something on Google, I won't even go to Google anymore.
I go to TikTok.
I go to TikTok.
What do you mean?
Like,
So you see how you would usually YouTube how to do this?
yeah, or you like if it's for a video, like a
So-
tutorial, I don't even go to YouTube anymore. I just go to TikTok because you're gonna find it so much quicker. And like, do you know what I really love about TikTok? The search engine is so like, you can be so specific, and it will just find you what you. Do you know what I mean? It will literally just find you what you're looking for.
Like because even with holidays, that's what I do. So where I would used to go and TripAdvisor and blah blah, I'd rather see real life accounts.
yeah,
and
of
they
people
show
giving
me a tour
reviews.
of so I see what
Yeah.
the bedrooms really look like and everything.
Yeah,
All the
TikTok.
information.
I don't use TikTok, man.
Can I be honest? It's the best app in the world, though, man. In terms of entertainment level, guys, honestly, yeah.
Entertainment wise, yeah.
Entertainment wise, yeah. I get like you know when you laugh from your
core.
like the app is just
I
like
don't,
a
I don't,
Vine.
I don't care about people. So when I go on there and it just bombards me and the strangers
it's a
chatting
lot,
shit,
yeah.
I just want to go off. Because I don't care about people. I don't want to see all these strangers doing these stupid things. I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't take it. So it's not really.
I
I
know
don't
what you
feel
mean.
like it's for me. Something could click one day and then I like it, but me going on TikTok now, it's just like
It's
just
quite intense.
It's just intense. It's just
it
random stuff,
But
just
then,
stupid. And
but
I'm just
you know
like,
what I also
I don't want
like
to see all this
though?
shit.
I like the range. So for example, I like murder stories and like like those kind of like documentaries
Yeah.
and stuff, right? So I could be randomly scrolling, flicking, then it's like not crime watch, but you know, do you know
No,
what
but it's
I mean?
like here's how my
here's
cousin's
how-
boyfriend
yeah, or
became
whatever,
my
and
husband and I
you can
killed
watch a
him.
foot and there'll be like so many parts.
The only
so
thing-
I'll be watching like
Yeah.
a 4-minute part of someone who ended up killing someone, and they'll have like the live audio, whatever, and it's like then I'll go find part 2.
I like cooking TikToks, but I get them off Twitter though. I see them on Twitter or
is that
Instagram or
okay?
whatever. So I'm still not even on TikTok, but I know they're from TikTok.
made
Like
TikTok generated.
Yeah, cooking stuff on TikTok is quite cool. I don't mind that.
I stay in African TikTok, sorry, like from Ghana and Nigerian TikTok, have been a
Yeah.
code. It's so entertaining
I
because
feel like, yeah.
you know when it's like, especially when you they're just very relatable. So it's like
You just get it.
you just like something your mum would say or your dad would say or how your dad
Yeah.
moves or like growing up and hearing all of that kind of stuff. So I find it so entertaining.
Yeah, theirs I like, but I don't like when it's like people in the Western world doing Africanness on TikTok. I
Oh
don't like that.
no.
I don't like that.
No.
It's not 2010 anymore. We've moved on. But yeah, the people back home, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't go on TikTok often. But when I do go on there, it's like I've had enough. I've taken enough to last me for the next like 3 weeks, and I'll be back.
Really?
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
I don't go in there every day, but when I do go in there, I can go in there for a second, then I can be like, okay, it's an hour and I'm still here.
Yeah, it
Because
goes quickly.
I'll get caught up.
Especially when you're watching like one of those shows.
Even
That's not fun about them
movies as well,
Locked up
yeah.
and stuff.
Do you know what film is it? Yeah, it's a film and it's about racism, and the girl says "Cat in the Hat." The film it's a film that I never saw it come out, right? But it's about a black family back in the day, and they live like in a white neighborhood, and it's the really pretty little black girl, and
The film or series?
it's a film. I think it's a film, and she keeps saying "Cat in the Hat," something. Like there's a thing that she says. It's an American film, and she keeps repeating it, and like it's like a thriller.
Is it old?
I think so.
Okay. I thought it was the one with Bashi in it. But it's not
It
that one.
is,
that
and
one?
Bashi's the dad.
Yeah.
In Bashi British.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is it?
I can't remember what it's called.
I never.
This
Is it a
is
series or a
Us?
film?
No, not This
I
Is
think
Us.
it's
It's
a
not.
series.
Is it a series?
It's a
I think
series.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's it called? Shit.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, and they move into the white neighborhood.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy?
I ain't
I
seen it, you
never
know.
saw anything from it, and then I'm on TikTok, and TikTok show like, I was like, no, I need to find this because it's too sick. So TikTok will show you like,
Them.
it's called Them.
That's
They
it.
will show you like little clips. So one of the clips is that the white, like it just seems traumatic, but it's my kind of like, it's my bag. So I'm just like, no, like I find like random films and stuff on there as well. So like, I really like it. I really like TikTok. It's called Them, yeah? It's a series. Why did I think it was a film?
I don't know.
But yeah,
it's-
thank you for saying that, because Bashi actually is the dad in the in the series.
But Bashi did a good job in that, man.
No, proper.
So basically, in this new bill, I just want to read out a few things, right, that I guess are kind of concerning Montana, yeah? So they're basically saying that TikTok collects data from Montana users and shares the data with the Chinese government. This is what they're saying in this particular bill, right? Obviously, this hasn't been formally proven at all, right? But that's one particular thing. Another thing is that they're citing concerns over children's safety on TikTok, especially highlighting the dangerous challenges that circulate on TikTok.
That's worldwide.
This is true.
Worldwide.
This is true. But yeah, this is what they're saying. They're saying basically they give examples of these challenges, including attempting to climb stacks of milk crates, stealing utilities from public places, cooking chicken in NyQuil, and many more.
All them silly challenges.
Yeah. And how obviously this could be dangerous to children and stuff, right? Also, they're saying, so yes, so section 1 declares that an entity will violate Montana's new law by allowing Montana residents the option to download TikTok in a mobile app store. This is what I was saying. So this provision means that the Google Play Store and Apple's App Store will have to pull TikTok from app marketplaces on Montanans' devices. So I think anyone who's maybe their network providers maybe registered in Montana, maybe that's how they're gonna kind of
Okay, ban it.
regulate it. I'm not too sure. So any of those guys, that's basically what's gonna happen. But okay, so since we kind of know, what the bill is about, yeah, do you feel like it's justified? Put yourself in the position of, I guess, the American government, but also then put yourself in a position as a resident of America, or Montana.
That's me. I think as the sheriff, in my mind, like Montana has a sheriff, not a prime minister or president or anything like that.
Literally, can I just? Sorry, it sounds like where is Montana, please?
I couldn't even
It
tell
gives
you
me one of
which
those,
part.
like, you know when you see the movies.
All I've been
and-
saying is Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana.
That
That was a
is it?
good time in
Let
music.
me find that.
It was.
The face down, ass up type of days. Yeah, my mind is, you know, like when you go in the movies, like the Western movies, and then a guy comes off out of something, and then he stumps his first boot, and then he's got like the little wheels on the boot. that's the vibe it gives me.
Ooh, Montana's like, it's near like Wyoming.
Like we know where Wyoming is.
Sorry, it's like northwest. It's northwest.
Okay.
It kind of borders Canada as well.
But I think as the government, it makes sense for the government. It does make sense, right? Just to protect our land, protect blah blah. It makes sense. But obviously, as a resident, I should have freedom to choose whatever it is that I want to take in content wise.
Okay.
But I think what they could do though, there's an easier way. I feel like they could let people have TikTok, but kind of shadow ban the type of content that is fed to them. So you see how like when you go on YouTube sometimes it says this is not available in your region. If it's stuff to do like where the word government is said or politics, anything like that, they just say this is not available in your region. But then that's giving North Korea vibes.
Exactly. And even more than that, like sometimes it's not necessarily about it being so direct in terms of the like politics and stuff like this.
messaging.
Just anything that the Chinese people have access to. Because remember, I was talking about North Korea and how they thought they won the World Cup at some point in their history.
You know how mad that is to do?
That's what I'm saying. It's all part of control. You know what I'm saying? It's not really important,
It's lit though,
but
because
it adds to the, you know what I mean?
imagine being in the control room. You think, look at these fools. They don't even know. They didn't even qualify.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is tricky. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to social media, I think that there needs to be greater care with social media. But that's just in general, and that's something I've just concluded will have to be done per household. Do you know what I mean? That you would just have to teach your kids that and all that kind of stuff. But I don't see how they're gonna implement it sensibly. And also, the human rights activists might rise up. Essentially, is that, you know, in America they don't have a lot of freedoms. So
But all right, but put it this way, yeah. Say now you're the head of state, right? And you operate a particular way. So, for example, in your country, there's freedoms where you and the rest of the government don't have access to the data and certain controls within private companies, right? But we know China's not like that, right? They don't necessarily. I'm not too sure if it's clear that they can just access it however they want. But in a communist government, they can kind of do anything, right?
yeah.
So if you know it's different in your country where you wouldn't do this, right? But Chinese people may do this, and they've got like their biggest app in your country thriving, wouldn't you necessarily take away the freedoms of your people just in case? Because it's
guess so.
dangerous. It could be
Yeah.
dangerous, I should say.
I guess so. It does. I feel like from the government's perspective, it makes sense. To be honest, like it 100% makes sense. But the people are also involved. So whether it makes sense to people, that's another thing. But it is, I do think it's infringing on people's rights and just life, really.
Marks, what do you think? Like, would you mind taking away the freedoms of your citizens if you felt as though they didn't know necessarily what was good for them, right? And that this particular country may have access to all of their data, which could then mess up your security.
He ain't asking me that question.
Did you see how we were smiling while you were going off the question? I was like, you're gonna ask this dictator?
No, because some people don't, you got to do what's best for the people. That's what leadership is. Do you get what I'm saying? If they don't know and I've got the information, then fair play. So obviously people are going to be disgruntled in that, but don't watch nothing. This is what I'm.
It's for your good.
It's for your own good. I'm keeping you safe. You get me?
Do you feel like this is more so about control though? And I'll tell you why. Because TikTok have allegedly said, all right, we're going to build data storage places, right? Which are going to store all your data, but we're going to do it in America. So the Chinese ain't necessarily got access. This is all going to be in America. We're going to hold your data there. Are you guys okay with this? And America's still saying, sorry, mate. What do you guys think?
Data? Data?
Yeah, like all the storage.
Come on, man. You can access that data from anywhere.
Yeah, it's true. But do you feel like it's them trying to? I mean, obviously they are trying to kind of build that bridge and stuff. But do you not feel like it's a show of goodwill, or not good enough?
No, I don't. All these bloody governments are just corrupt, bro. If they're saying that to us, just imagine what it is that they're not saying to us.
True. I was gonna try and relate it to like what do you call it, like COVID and stuff, yeah. Because we saw how loads of people were involved in this whole spreading of a particular. Oh, is it connected? Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning, Stacey. You right?
It's Stacey. Hey.
How are you?
Okay, so actually, shout out to you, E-Man, for bringing up this topic. But high key, you educated me because this is not even the angle that I was really asking from.
Okay.
When I sent you the post, to be honest, I didn't know it was more of a like national security thing. I really thought that like the state that they banned it in first, to me, gave vibes that they're trying to control a lot of the stuff, the content that children are taking in. So I was really asking like from the angle of like the government intervening in what types of content, like children are consuming to push this like agenda that they have when it comes to like LGBTQ stuff. That's just the vibe that I got given it's Montana. I feel like if it was a national security issue, Montana just doesn't seem like the first 5 states that it would have been banned in. So like the angle that kind of I was going at when I sent it was more along the lines of like, what are some things that there's obviously like parents having control over what it is they want their kids to consume versus what they don't want their kids to consume. But like, is there a point that government should intervene in that? Like, you know how like we have standards for like movies where it's like this is PG-13, this is rated R, etc. And some parents use their discernment to figure out, okay, I'll allow my kid to watch this versus this. But I feel like now with TikTok and like social media and the amount of time kids are spending becoming a growing issue, especially with the use of TikTok, like I feel like government is probably finding it necessary to intervene given all things that are going on with a lot of how politics intervening into that. So overarching question, to make a long story short, is like, at what point should government set a standard, quote unquote, to like say, okay, this is for kids, this is not for kids, and this is how far we're willing to go to push what we feel like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's a tricky one, man, because I feel like because we kind of touched on this on show here, where it's like what should be the responsibility of the parents and what should be the responsibility of like obviously the state.
Exactly.
So I think it's a tough one, but I feel like me personally, I think a lot of things should be the parents' responsibility, right? I don't think because the problem with that direction, if it is a thing where the US government kind of controls everything, is that the US government, even though they're kind of filtering things out, they would then allow certain things in, if that makes sense. So you're now exposing my child to things I don't want them to be exposed to at all. And it's not necessarily TikTok doing it. It's you, the US government, for example, or whatever government I'm in, basically doing that. That's the issue I have. So I guess it kind of goes both ways, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not too sure how that would even be something that you can even control. You know what I'm saying? It really just goes down to the parent, I guess, just controlling the Wi-Fi or whatever it may be in the house. But in terms of like where does the government? I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
I don't think the government needs to be intervening for real in censoring anything. I just feel like, just in general, like censoring to me gives the vibe of whoever is doing the censoring is justifying in their mind what is appropriate versus inappropriate. But by what metric?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And this is where it gets tricky, because then even though you're blocking out certain things, you're allowing certain things in. And in some cases, not just allowing, just pushing it.
By my
exactly. That's what makes it so tricky. So what are you basically saying? So what, do you feel as though it should just be a thing where there's no filter at all?
I don't think so. I think parents just need to be a little bit more cognizant of what it is they're letting their children do. Like a lot of these apps really and truly are not meant for kids to be using. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all those things. Like there are age limits that are supposed to be on these accounts, and people are really bypassing them. And I don't think it's the app's responsibility, the government's responsibility to really, keep a close watch for real. Like they can make efforts, but as a parent, I feel like you should be in control of what your child is consuming, or try your best to be. I don't think everyone else should suffer because, you feel like your child is ingesting information they shouldn't. But to me, I just feel like national security. You made me want to research this a little bit more, because I don't see national security being an issue in Montana as the first state to ban TikTok. Like, be for real. Who lives in Montana?
Yeah.
Like no one lives in Montana for Montana to be the state that would pose a threat. I feel like if this was actually an issue of national security, you see the bigger states like New York, California, whatever. And I feel like, just given America's political system, I feel like if I'm seeing a lot more Republican states doing it, we can kind of assume why. Like this is a controlling agenda issue more than it is a national security issue. That just seems to be something that they read the room and said, yes, this is the best excuse that people won't question, in my opinion.
Do you feel like the Democrats wouldn't use the same tactics to kind of have control of
No.
the people?
I feel like if it was an issue of national security, Democrats would have been on it for real. Like, because
Why?
it would have been a real issue versus it being a thing of we want to control what it is people are consuming so that we can start really, getting ahead of the mindsets of these young kids.
You have that much faith in the Democrats?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
I mean, I don't have faith in Republicans, so.
All right, cool. I mean, it makes sense.
Anyway, I just called so that I can make clear like what my intent for the topic was. So
Okay.
y'all go ahead.
Thank you for that.
Later. Can you remember when Trump was threatening TikTok?
Yes. And do you remember, Brent, that they didn't give him the permission to ban the app? They didn't.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
But-
But now they're giving the power to Biden.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, but what I'm saying is that the reason as to why is it's not just what was a liberal wokeness thing that Stacey was talking about. I think it was more so national security when Trump was saying it, and I don't think that's gone away anyway. Because, like I said, if it is, it's owned by the Chinese government, the Chinese state, and it's the biggest app and it's continuing to grow. Them, the concerns are real.
Yeah.
This is why Trump was saying what he was saying. I'm not saying that Trump is the guy you should always be listening to, or whatever, but he wasn't parroting that because he just woke up one morning and said that. His people basically told him there's danger here. And we need to, wasn't he saying let's make our own TikTok?
Yeah.
Wasn't he saying let America buy something or the other?
I think he wanted to do his own thing. Yeah.
Not that, no, I think at the time he was saying that America should be able to control the information that's in America via TikTok. I can't remember, but I do believe that there's some element of national security attached to it.
Well, there's a lady called Caroline Greer, right? She's, I guess, involved in public policy at TikTok, right? And she's come out and basically said that that the US, sorry, where is it? She's saying that the European Commission's suspension of TikTok on all corporate devices is misguided and based on fundamental misconceptions. Obviously, I guess she's working for TikTok in it, so she may say
they will
this.
say that, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's funny that she's even from Europe, actually from Ireland, and she I guess wouldn't mind necessarily TikTok having access like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like it wouldn't.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's
He works
crazy.
for TikTok.
Yeah, but still, you know what I mean? Your country, your you know.
No, I don't.
Huh?
I don't.
So
know what you're saying.
would you not would you not feel a way if, for example, you worked for a company that kind of had certain had an agenda that could potentially put your own your country at risk?
What up? We are living in Brexit right now, right?
Yeah.
You know how many flipping British billionaires were involved in making this happen? You think you think they care about Britain? They care about their pockets.
I guess so.
I don't think everybody's patriotic in the manner in which it is that you are suggesting that this woman should be, especially if she's working for TikTok.
Yeah, true. All right, cool. Well, let's kind of wrap this up here. Guys, when it comes to stuff that the government can kind of control, in you guys, in your lives, your children's lives, do you feel like access to certain apps on the internet should be one of those things? Or do you feel like you as the parent should take full responsibility for what's in your children's phones?
Do I feel like the government should take responsibility, or should I take responsibility?
Yeah.
I think I should definitely be the one to take responsibility. Government don't care. Government will have propaganda, and if it doesn't serve them, like this kind of situation, I feel like governments all around the world should have had something in place to safeguard children anyway from social media. The whole age thing, 13, is not enough. They lie about their age, and there's just so much that goes on with social media. That's why I said I think it just has to be it has to be individual. That's like one of their bills about children. If you see like TikToks here where like the kids' faces and stuff is in them, if you compare the saved numbers, it's mad.
Serious.
It's mad. And for me, that's why I don't understand why. Obviously, people can do whatever they want to do, but I don't understand how people are comfortable putting their kids online like that. Because it's not being saved for good, for people manifesting one day I'm going to have a kid and they're going to be a TikTok star.
You can't say that because
Nah.
people love kids. Just like people love dogs, people love cars. They save them. There's some people that like there's some people that like will watch kids on TikTok all day doing stupid things, and there's nothing behind it.
No, there's some stuff behind some of the stuff. Because
You're always gonna get nonsense mixed up in
Yeah.
in it because that's just the nature of. You get what I'm trying to say? So you can't. I'm not. Like, you're gonna in it, and that's why people don't put their kids online initially. But it's like. It's not nice to think like that and just think that it's just say all the save numbers and think it's just all
No, I don't think it's all
perverts and all these
pedophiles.
things. There's bare people who just like love kids, who just watch them, like you're saying on the algorithms, just watch kids doing stupid things all day and just.
Yeah. I don't think all the numbers are all like, sickos, but there was a woman, I can't remember what it was she did, but there's a woman who actually tested something out and blah, blah, and it was a whole thing. And since then, because her kids were quite popular on TikTok, but there was something that she did and then she saw what was going on and then she changed it. Like, she doesn't put her kids on there anymore. So I don't think it's all, like, all the numbers are necessarily like sickos, but I think there's more sickos in the midst of people than they know.
Yeah,
But I think when it comes to social media, you have to be the one to take it, man. You can't depend on the government to do things. I think that's the silliest thing to do.
So would you say the government should have a filter or no filter? So a filter is like, okay, the government says, I'm going to allow this in and some of these things not, to come in. And then you kind of put your own filter in your house. Yeah. Or do you feel the government should be like, okay, cool, I'm not going to control anything. Everything comes in and then you have your own filter.
I think there's certain things that should be controlled.
Okay.
Like, I remember there was a time when, sorry, trigger warning, but basically there was infiltration on, like, I think it was YouTube Kids or something like that. Okay. And it was teaching kids how to kill themselves.
I remember that.
Yeah. Like, when they wore that cocomelon and all that kind of stuff.
It was a kids like thing in it. And
it was a kids
wasn't
thing.
straight at the beginning, but if you watch it.
Yeah, when they keep watching it.
When they keep watching it, I think halfway or towards the end.
So you put the thing on for your kids. Exactly. You put the thing on for your kids. You go and do whatever it is that you got to do around the house. Yeah, halfway through that, it's telling your kids that they should take a fork and go and plug it in this. Or they should do this and that. That's what I'm saying. So there's so much stuff that's just sprinkled into things. I think you really got to vet it. But even when it comes to like TV shows nowadays, I think there's kids are being exposed to way too much that's robbing them of their innocence. But again, as a parent, you have to be the one to know how it is that you want to raise your children. In all honesty.
Yeah.
So I will always say is the parents. That's part of parenting.
But
being a parent.
Do you kind of get worried that that filter that the government does put there is them also being able to push something to you? Because as parents, we may not necessarily get everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially with that age gap between us and the kids. Probably certain settings you don't even know exist. You know what I'm saying? And then some of that could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think with that's a given for me. Because even now that I don't know if the government have filter, but it appears they don't. But even now that there's no filter, there's still certain things that are pushed on people. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think that's avoidable. I think the best way is just for you to just do the best that you can and try and, filter in your household.
Okay. What about you guys?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree with Esther, man. If the government puts like aids in place to help you parenting and stuff, or whatever it may be, like across the board, then fair play. But I think the onus should always be on the parent. Anyway, you get me? Like whatever help you can get from other people or outside is a bonus. But when raising your child, it should always everything should be the parent anyway.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. I think we can wrap up there, man.
All right, then let's get into more headlines.
All right, so this next headline takes us to Sudan, where Saudi Arabia and the US have brokered a 7-day ceasefire between Sudan's warring factions. Representatives of both Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and his former deputy Mohammed Hamdan Daglo signed up to a ceasefire in Jeddah, where they also agreed not to seek any military advantage before it commences on Monday night. So Ali Jafar, who's Saudi Arabia's ambassador to Sudan, came out and said that it will be automatically renewed until we reach a permanent ceasefire through mechanisms we will discuss in the coming days to achieve confidence between the parties and for more humanitarian services for the Sudanese citizens. However, many ceasefires have been announced and then immediately ignored since the fighting broke out 5 weeks ago, which we've spoken about as well. And even after this latest ceasefire was announced, airstrikes and artillery exchanges shook Khartoum on Saturday, and armed men ransacked the Qatari embassy. The conflict has now, unfortunately, killed hundreds of people. Most of them are civilians and displaced more than 1 million people. The humanitarian situation is deteriorating in Sudan, which is Africa's third largest country, where 1 in 3 people already relied on aid before the fighting broke out. Next headline takes us to, a situation between Russia and Cuba, where they're trying to ink a deal which will revitalise Cuba's economy. That's what they're saying anyway. So Russian officials and business leaders have signed multiple deals with Cuban counterparts at a forum in Havana this week, agreeing to work together to boost sugar and rum output, assure wheat and crude oil supplies to the communist-run island, and also overhaul crumbling tourist facilities. The agreements include a contract for Russia's Prodintorg to supply wheat to Cuba's state-owned Animport, which is aimed at guaranteeing the stability of supply to the Cuban population. This is according to a document from the Cuban-Russian Business Committee. Another deal will also look at creating a Cuba-based marketplace for Russian goods, including food and home goods, called Rus Market. That's the name of the marketplace, which will also help spur development of more direct and fluid shipping routes between the two countries. The third deal states that Russian and Cuban intention will revive the decrepit residential beach community of Tarara, whose white sand beaches, just minutes from Havana, according to this document, says are ideal for enjoying the ocean, fishing and diving. So basically everything that they're trying to do is just trying to build up the country again with regards to imports, outputs, and also tourism, basically. And the last headline takes us to China, where China basically saying that the US chipmaker Micron failed a national security review. Is this retaliation for TikTok? Who knows? But basically, the US semiconductor giant Micron has failed a national security review on Sunday. Well, this was said by the Chinese cybersecurity watchdog on Sunday, telling operators of critical information infrastructure to stop buying its products. It marked the latest escalation in the bitter chip war between the United States and China, with Washington looking to cut off Beijing's access to cutting-edge semiconductors. Chinese authorities launched a review in March of products sold in the country by Micron, which is one of the world's major chip manufacturers. Micron's products have relatively serious potential network security issues, which pose a major security risk to China's critical information infrastructure supply chain and affect China's national security. So this is what was said in a statement by the Cybersecurity Administration. China's broad definition of critical information infrastructure includes sectors ranging from transport to healthcare. When asked if the company will appeal the decision, a spokeswoman for Micron said, "We look forward to continuing to engage in discussions with Chinese authorities." About 10% of Micron's $30.8 billion annual revenue last year came from China. Did I say 30% or 10%?
Hey.
Sorry. About 10% of Micron's $30.8 billion annual revenue last year came from China, according to the company's data. So that's a big chunk, man. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into Word on Road. All right, this weekend people have been acting a damn fool, I'll tell you that. Damn fool. This one, Gina sent to me. So basically, we were talking about Gabrielle Union on Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, we were talking about her on Friday and the whole 50-50 thing. So there's a lady who did a TikTok. Do you know what I like? I like when celebs address things. But you know when it's like in response to what someone said? Because obviously I get secondhand embarrassment for people. So I always like when what they're responding to wasn't shade thrown at them. Because first of all, don't not have energy for everybody else. Everyone in the world is talking about it. But it's my video I want to respond to.
Yeah.
So I was so glad. Because when I was so scared to scroll. And I said, I hope she wasn't reading Gabrielle. But basically she was just saying, she's a therapist. And she was basically just saying how everyone needs to do what it is that works for the household, essentially. And so Gabrielle Union then responded, added a comment to that. And she said, every household is different and doing what's best for you and yours is the key. And what some don't understand is that I'm 100% responsible for 3 other households And Dwayne has even more. The majority of those households are elderly people and minors. We both come from families that step up to help care for children or elderly relatives. So being able to be with someone who meets me halfway and lightens my load gives me peace and support. He's offered to cover me, trust, but that's not my ministry nor brings me peace. All that to say, I love how we recognize that there's billions of ways to exist and you just got to find what's right for you that brings you peace. I found mine. So lovely, so wholesome. So I'm glad she put that to bed. She basically said, you use them to worry about your tax brackets. Chris Brown. What? Who's that?
Oh, Jonathan Majors.
Oh, and Megan Good.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm not talking about them today.
You say you're not talking about them today?
No, I spoke about them on Friday.
Brent just wanted to get his shit off.
No, I didn't see pictures, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that how you say seeing is believing?
To be fair, yeah, actually, it was rumours, and then that came. I wasn't going to give them.
Do you still think it's a publicity stunt?
Yeah. That invoice is sweet for Megan. That invoice. Phew.
That's so
Do you know what it is to get her to do this?
So, are you saying that in Hollywood, there are people
Yeah.
that can be hired to clean up?
Laurie
They're
Harvey,
big
stars.
bruv, Laurie Harvey. I'm so sorry. Let's talk about
No, it's not. Girl.
Laurie Harvey and
Damson.
Damson Idris,
It's a PR thing.
even Michael B. Jordan. Apparently, apparently, yeah,
No, but you know what happens even in this UK?
like word
With
on
like
the road.
influencers and stuff like that.
Oh, did they say that
How
Michael got
much
over to
more?
beat the white girl allegation?
Yeah, so Michael and her got together because there was all these allegations that he only dates white women, and obviously
Yeah.
they're trying to get him into the black community. So who did they go and get?
Laurie Harvey. It's what happens.
I'm not surprised.
It happens all
believe
the time.
it.
Like PR relationships are a thing.
A thing.
So you're saying
Consistently.
That's what's happened with our best friend from Snowfall.
Damson.
I ain't buying that. Corny ass.
I'm trending. I don't know why.
No, I don't know.
I'm not in people's relationships in it. We know sometimes you just see people get together and you think, yeah.
So you're saying that her career isn't weighty enough?
Who, Megan?
Yeah.
No, this is for Jonathan.
I
It's
hear
not
that,
because
but
sometimes
they've chosen this young lady.
Yeah,
because
because
the image
money.
she's got. No, but
no,
because the image she's
no,
got.
because Brent, yeah, in the black community,
She's
Megan's like
well-respected.
she's well respected. She's like the sweetheart from young. Everybody like loads
She
of
was
guys have
just a
fancied
pastor's
her.
wife.
Do you know what I mean? She's not got a bad image. Like the black community love her, and she just came
We
up.
love your auntie, your mommy too, don't we?
Viola Davis.
She's married though.
You can't compare Viola Davis. You know what you're
No,
doing. And
excuse
I'm not
me.
doing this with you.
Sorry, no, I'm doing it. What's Viola got to... You mean they should have got Viola Davis to...
I love
She's
her more than I
married.
love Megan Good. Why not? Oh, she's married.
Yes.
She's married to
Darn.
a lovely... what's the name?
Your
Not
face
Curtis.
like Dawn.
Your head.
Darn.
No, but yeah, so I feel like... So usually with PR relationships, both parties have something to benefit from it. With Megan...
How does she benefit from this?
So you know the
Because
whole...
this is gonna tarnish her thing.
It wouldn't.
Really?
I don't think it will.
Interesting.
Because you know the whole... She was with Devon Franklin, they broke up, whatever.
But he wasn't accused of abuse, or was he?
No, she had it in the whole interview.
Has he beat that case yet?
Devon Franklin.
No.
Jonathan
Has
Majors?
Yeah.
No, that's why he needs this PR. Because obviously, because I remember black community, everyone's basically like, you did that shit. So
And
because
you know
it's
what?
white women,
And
so he has to
also
show that he
because
doesn't
it's
just date
white
white
women
women
as well.
It's a white woman, so he has to show that he doesn't just date white women. So they've got the princess of the
Of the
industry
black-
who's
of
just
the black
who's just
community.
of the black community who we know to only date black.
But she's not the princess of the black community, is she?
Who is?
Who?
They're in
Megan?
London.
Who's the princess of the black community?
The princess
Yeah.
of the black community.
Yeah.
Zizi?
BFFR or
So where the
or
states?
no?
Oh,
In the UK, he thinks he's the princess.
I don't know. It's not Megan Good though, is it? Megan's like,
Yeah, but you know, like,
She's old school.
but when I say princess, like they're the pretty. Her and Lauren London are like the pretty girls that people just have crushes on.
Yeah, and everyone's fancied them since they were like
Since they were-
young. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's how I'm seeing it.
Because Kiki Palmer's taken as well. So, like, it's just you know the girls that people just you just
They're
take to.
unproblematic and everyone likes.
Exactly.
They don't come with drama.
So y'all don't think that this might have a negative lashback on her?
No,
Right
I
now.
think it. No, do you know what? I think it could because of obviously the allegations that are like of what's happening right now. I just know that check has to be Sweet Boy because
Do you know why?
money,
Do you know why I
she
don't
needs
think
the
it
money.
will? Because basically she's
They're not in love.
No, they're not. Because there's a check. Well, actually, I could be in love with a check too. But anyways, I think because they're together in the interim, so his case right now is not going. Like he's not going to be. He doesn't have to go to court for a while for them to hear his case, right? In the interim, a lot of people are turning their backs on him. So whilst they're together, this is what she's here for. As soon as that man is found guilty, or maybe even the court session start, she's out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to ruin her image. Because what it's going to show as well is that as soon as a thing where like the court cases are now going south, she's going to be like, I'm disgusted. I don't stand with that. I stand with women. She's now gone up. Because she was with this man who she might have loved and cared about. But as soon as she found out, you know what, he was abusing women, she's a feminist.
But that's what I'm saying. She's a queen for hire.
No, but right, yeah. But a lot of people are in the industry.
Oh.
In a way, everyone
She's
is.
one of them.
I've been in a PR
And
relationship.
Are you saying,
you've been in a PR relationship.
I would be in one.
Oh,
would you?
yeah.
Your brother is you would have to get a man to be in a relationship with you. PR.
Come on, baddest in the
You
scene.
get me?
Jeez, period.
Get marks.
Come on.
Fortify your image.
To be fair, yeah, me and Margs are gonna
Mum and dad, I keep
Mum
telling
and
y'all.
dad, innit? We're gonna do it.
The
That's
baddest in
not
the
mum and
scene, the
dad.
baddest in the other
Sure,
scene.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
That's not mum and dad's show.
No, we're gonna do it.
And again, when
We're gonna do
HR.
another thing where we're gonna get to dance on stage and like do Bonnie and Clyde stuff.
And you know what's
then
sick
that's-
as well?
That's,
Yeah.
that's gonna and then we're gonna lips on stage.
Do you know
And
what's
that's
lit?
really gonna cement everything.
Do you know why
Gonna
that's
go
lit?
viral.
Because you're gonna enter his world with the music. Then you guys can do them couple videos in the gym.
Yeah, there we go.
What?
Come on, marketing, PR.
Nah, it's not all karaoke.
He's like, spare me.
Nah, you have to do it. It's not all karaoke, mate. You gotta be lifting when she's trying to lift. You gotta be her spotting her and all. Listen, it's the whole thing. There's content out there.
Let's
Them
get it, man.
TikToks.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Start something. But
It's hard to make. There's not really power couples in London, is it? In
nah,
the
not
UK.
one.
No, we don't have. Who do we
Could
have?
you-
Because the powerful men are single.
Who could be a power couple? Like if you was gonna
I can
put
think
them
of the man. I
together.
can't think of the woman that works.
Do you know what? Who could have been a power couple, but they're not together? I think Sasha and Quet.
Yes.
Nah,
Especially
there's-
with the Nala, like
Nah,
you know
there's
what I mean?
not- She ain't got no power.
No, but
No,
I'm,
but that's the thing, though, 'cause they did-
I'm seeing it based on like you see
The
what they've done with
success.
Nala.
They would have given me boss couple. He's
She
never
ain't
gonna stand
nobody,
the point.
man. That's
Don't let me
crazy.
lie.
They would've given us
That's
boss.
Krebs gal. That can't be. She ain't no power couple. She's her own name.
Do you think Steph London and Burner?
Yeah, but Burner's not English. So
You
it
don't
don't
count.
count.
British,
British. Nah, it don't count.
You
We
don't
need
really
like a.
pure breed.
We need like.
We need like a Skepta and somebody. That's why I said I can't think. I can think of the man. Skepta is a good figure to be a power couple. He just needs a woman. I can't think of.
Okay, so what women?
Ashley D.
Okay, what women are in the category for power couples then? Like from the UK scene that could be powerful. Like obviously, like Maya will be top one probably.
Zizi. I think
Zizi's Zizi's
Maya
move.
and Stormzy. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're not
They-
together.
yeah, but they would've been a power couple.
They would've been a
Yeah,
power
that is
couple.
powerful.
They were
Yeah.
actually. to be
Yeah, that
fair.
was
They
that was
were,
that was
yeah.
powers.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good
powers.
scene.
Yeah, Zizi could Zizi could be a power move because if she came out in a relationship with someone else that's bait, that's the thing.
But he has,
Like-
he has to have something doing, as Nigerians say. You have to have something doing. You can't, you know what I mean? He can't just be. He can't be someone that came off
Regular,
Love
regular.
Island.
No, like
He
a
has to
rapper or
be
something.
Like, yeah, but like not just a rapper. I trended one time on TikTok.
Like a proper one,
Like a proper people respect you.
like Tion Wayne and Zizi. Is that power?
No.
Do you know what?
No.
No, you
After,
know what?
after the whole
Charting.
Lani thing, he
No,
After the what
I
thing?
get what you mean. It's
Lani
just
good.
because Tion's
Messing
got,
up.
Tion's got
Yeah, paid
bad
it
press
back.
though. That's
Oh, he's
what
got bad press.
Because he's got bad press, yeah.
Yeah,
There'll
someone
be
that's
too much
clean.
speculation. Whereas like, if it's someone like Skepta, like
Yeah,
you
man,
said,
Skepta, yeah.
he don't really have bad press like that. And because he's a GOAT, it's like you're automatically gonna just be
Skepta
like,
and Maya will
you
make
know what I mean?
sense.
Yeah, but Skepta can't come. That the English things ain't levels enough for Skepta. Skepta went to the top of England already. He's linked.
No,
Naomi Campbell and Adele.
We're just having but we're not talking about
Like, raw, like
And
this.
Monet in line.
You get me?
He
There's-
said Monet, you know.
Monet's trying to get linked.
I hear it.
Who is there?
It's tough, man.
It's tough.
See,
Who
that's
else is
the
a-
girls
a
there. And the girls, man, you still got to be better, man. You still got to start doing more work,
The
man.
rest of the
Hey,
only said
Dom, hold
Skepta.
on a minute.
How? She said she could find guys because
I
they
said
cared.
one,
man.
and I gave you one
Skepta, so
guy.
give us one.
I said Skepta.
Give us more.
Margs.
Give us more.
That's two guys.
All the rappers.
No.
Dave.
Dave, 100%.
Go on.
Dave, yes. No, J5 and his girl. They're cute.
You can't say the
do
man
you
and
know
then say
what?
his gal.
Yeah.
That's
You know
not
what?
power.
Yeah,
She
no.
needs her own name.
Pearl!
No, but Pearl.
Pearl!
No, Pearl, yes, but J5
Do you know,
but
okay,
not
do you know
Pearl,
what
though.
Vinicius? Say like Pearl was like the owner of like Farai London. That would, do you get what I mean? So I feel like we need a boss babe and a boss guy.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't come from. I know people in the UK like to cry when you mention their name 3 times and they're
And
paying.
there's some big like makeup women out there. They're like, no.
Yeah, there are, you know. But again, I can't think of.
Benicia.
Yeah, but who's Benicia been with? She's got to be with like a business kind of guy. I can't say with a rapper. If she, because Benicia's being like she's doing people's makeup all over the world.
Never heard of her.
Benicia Boateng. She was on High Life as well. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Said Mimi and Geordie. That's so cold.
You know, come on.
For me? No, I just need you to just for 2 seconds, please.
How much?
Just-
Yeah.
Thank you, girl.
I wish we could pause the live quickly, but
Hold on.
who else is there?
Oh yeah, Miss Banks.
Okay.
Do you
Miss
know what?
Banks.
Let me not talk on my girl. Let me keep my mouth shut.
What were you gonna say?
No. Because she's gonna hate me for saying this.
Stop distracting her from typing what she needs to type to me, please.
Oh.
That's it.
Wait for tea.
Yeah, Miss Banks is
Miss
up
Banks,
there.
yeah, but Miss Banks will also have to be with.
Well, she was with Lawrence before, innit?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
cruiserweight,
yeah.
heavyweight,
Yeah,
cruiserweight
yes,
champion of the
yes.
world.
Yeah.
No,
there's
damn
power
way.
there.
Girl. Girl. Sorry. Anyway. Nothing.
Share the tea.
Damn.
Can I get in your group chat?
Gonna be the girls group chat. Listen, the girls group chat's where it's at, boy. That's shocking. All right. Yeah, Miss Banks. But again, see what I'm saying? It's difficult to
has to
find
be
people to
with-
pair with.
Who would you? Yeah. So again, like someone like her, she has to be with like somebody.
Someone.
She can be with Anthony Joshua.
Whoa.
She what?
It's a big step.
No, but I mean, she could be with her. She could be with her artist as well, though.
She could, but I just think I want better for the girls. Because they
You
don't
got-
have good PR, the artists.
Who,
Do you know what I
rappers?
mean? The rappers don't have good PR. They like the girls, and the next thing you know, you guys break up, then they're on Shade Bar talking about all bitches want is money. Do you know
We
what I mean?
gotta
It's not
start
good,
crossing.
man.
We got like entertainment and sports. We got to
No, but
start
that's what I'm
like
saying.
my
Miss
head,
Banks and
you're an actor.
Rashford.
No, but in my head, I'm thinking outside the box. I'm thinking about.
First of all, no, he can't handle that.
I'm thinking
No?
about.
He can't handle that.
He's a top
He's
striker,
a
you
little
know.
boy. He can't handle that.
I'm thinking about sports.
Yeah, the captain of the team.
You're so dumb. I'm thinking about sports and entertainment.
I'm thinking like actor, like Daniel Kaluuya and
Oh, that would be huge. But who do you need? Daniel needs someone
Eva.
proper.
He's on that level.
Who the hell's Eva?
Oh, what? I'm so Brent. I really wish the camera was on her face because oh my days.
Ay.
Wow.
Who?
Eva, the model, Eva Apio.
The girl with the short hair.
Oh, the Len thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, with Kaluuya.
No, I'm not saying.
That was an Idris, yes.
No, basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm not pairing people together because I think they suit or like whatever. But I'm just
okay.
talking power couple. Like she does her
Oh,
own
she's the candidate for
thing.
power couple. Oh,
yeah,
yes,
she
yes.
does
Oh, yes,
her-
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's not a be about looks. The
thought you put them together.
No,
They got to be levels.
I'm
It's not
not
about
putting-
looks who fit. It's got to be
Right
like
now, I'm
someone's
not
a power. I do this.
Yeah.
He does this.
I'm literally
Okay, so
not,
you're just saying-
I'm
you're
literally
giving me
not- I'm just
individuals.
randomly saying names.
Oh yeah, she's
Okay, see,
clean. I
when
know
I said
this
Daniel
thing.
Kaluuya and you said Eva, I thought you meant Daniel and Eva. And I
No,
thought,
I'm just literally thinking of people who I think are doing really well and like.
Oh,
are-
yes, absolutely.
Are like they're a figure in their own right. Do you know what I mean?
She's clean. She could be like Jay Huss's gal.
Yeah.
That would be powerful.
What did was Jay? Oh, I should on the beat as well.
Oh, my name is Love.
I'm a boss. Big up Loves, man.
No, I love that for her. You know.
I love that. She was
Cute
on
on
the
the beat
beat
as well.
My name is Loves, I'm a boss. And I heard Jay Huss was hating from jail. Talking about she can't rap.
I wasn't even rapping.
Allegedly, that was so rude. You see this life here? All right. Who else is there? We can put together.
Oh, we're struggling, man. It's tough
Yeah.
here,
Who
man.
is
It's
part of
so
the Dutch in
pickings.
society? Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
Buck,
yes.
we got Buck,
But
Damson.
But
Probably two. I shot you, Mama. Shot you down.
Giggs'
to you.
manager or
No.
Brethren.
okay, that's great. I don't know that.
I'm so done. Who else is there?
There's
Oh, what's his name? Actor Michael Ward. Michael Ward.
Okay, Michael Ward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the ABBA actor, he's not as he's not as big as them, but he does some stuff that English. What's his name? Oh man, that's so rude. I can't remember his name. He's always with them as well, man. Oh, what's he does? Oh shit. I hate when I do stuff like this because
Yeah, because we can't even help you. I
I didn't even. I'm talking about him and I can't even pick him up properly. Again, he's in some sorority show on Netflix, but he's pretending to be American, and it all goes wrong, and they do too much.
Is he pretending to be American in the show, or is he acting?
He's acting.
Pretending to be American. Wow.
No, I just knew you meant acting. I said he's pretending to be American. He did his job. He's working.
He's good though, man. I'm so pissed I can't remember his name. I want to pick him up.
Tossin Cole.
Who?
Tossin Cole.
Tossin. Is that him?
I don't know.
All right, well,
He fine though. Sorry.
we don't have to take
Sorry,
this
he's
away.
Yeah, you had your phone there. I mean,
No, what did I type in? Young black British actors.
Just had DSS. Is he part of DSS?
I've seen him with them.
Okay, let's see if he's part of the if Google. Why don't we ask Bard? He's part of the dark skin society. Do you reckon Bard knows them? If Bard knows, that's lit.
Was he
Who's
in?
part of Dark Sin Society?
Damson, Daniel Kaluuya, Gigs manager,
Okay.
Buck.
Buck, yeah.
So it's just actors.
Yeah, because I think they were all at
No,
Nomination
isn't one
Watch.
of the there's a footballer in there as well, no?
Can't be if we don't know his name.
Storage.
Yeah, I think it was Sturridge, one of them.
Okay.
Could be.
You haven't found his name?
No, because
Yeah, he's not part of it, man. You didn't make
I
the
haven't
cut.
gone to the DSS. I'm trying to find
Daniel Ezra.
Who?
Daniel Ezra?
Ezra.
What's he doing? Show me.
Oh no, no. It's just
Why does his name
Yeah.
sound familiar?
You know.
Daniel Ezra again.
Well, I guess not.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm gonna be here all day. You've got to move the show along.
Oh, like Michaela Cole as well. Should be
That's
beautiful.
Daniel Ezra.
Nah, that ain't him.
That's not him. Even I'm thinking who?
He's cute though.
I've seen him as well.
All right, so let me move on anyway. So Chris Brown, right, is wanted by the UK, allegedly wanted by the UK police, and I just wish, big up the listener who sent me this. I love when people send me stuff because you guys know what I like. Do you know what I mean? I've never had a listener send me something. I'm like, why would you send me this? So this is great. Big up CDA listeners. But basically, when he was here, right, allegedly what happened was there was an assault where he smashed a glass bottle over the head of a music producer at tape, right? So that happened. And apparently there was like the whole fight or whatever. So basically, the police said, when you finish your tour, when you finish your last concert, you need to come and talk to us. We've got some questions and whatever. He said, yeah, you don't worry about that. When I finish, I'm going to let you know. Okay, there we go. So Daniel Kaluuya, Damson looks so young in there.
Oh, he does, isn't it?
Look at that, Daniel Kaluuya. Oh, is that Buck?
Yeah, that's Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the real CEO of the dark skin society? Let's really talk about. I'm not discussing this. Let's how dare you? How dare you try? Leave him. I'm not gonna cap. I thought it was me still.
The notes is in there as well, yeah.
Let them know. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, so basically he said to them he was going to come and speak to them after his tour was done for the questions or whatever. He did a jackpot. He went straight to America. So now...
He's dumb though, because you only really just got allowed back here.
Bro.
So why would you do that?
So basically now, yeah, when he flies back in here,
He's going to get arrested.
He's gonna get arrested.
At the airport.
he's going to get arrested. Like, why would you... You've just been allowed back here after, what, 13, 15 years? And you go and do this? And apparently the guy who got bottled is basically saying how Chris is trying to blame it on his entourage, but it was actually Chris that did it. Well, we'll see what happens anyway. I hope he doesn't get arrested. I hope his legal team can sort it out before they come back. A fine man, a fine African man who just stays embarrassing his wife. I'm only talking about this because, yes, I believe Coy and I told you guys when he had his 6th child. So they're on that show, Young African and Rich, is it?
Yeah.
Young African and Rich on Netflix, right? It's a African not live show, reality TV show.
Do you want to know
And
what
it's
the
got-
joke is? Ghanaians are killing me. Yeah. What's her name? Fantana. Have you watched it?
No, I'm not watching it.
Okay, cool. But there's this new character, a girl called
Oh,
Fantana,
yeah, I've heard-
who
I've
says she's the
seen it.
biggest, she's the dancehall queen of Ghana. No, I was like,
Who
no
is
one
that?
knows who she is.
Yeah, you can't do stuff like that.
No one knows who she is. Like
Because it's a Diamond, right? When he came on and say,
Platinum Diamond. or
yeah,
Diamond-
Platinum Diamond, that's
whatever
it.
his name is.
But he does what he does. So when he came and was talking, he said, yeah, because you do that. Fanta, girl, you can't be doing that. I don't even know who she is, but I've heard people.
I'm
cooking
Ghanaian, I
her.
don't know who she is.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But basically, so the first season, Annie Idibia, who is the wife of Two-Face, also now known as Two Baba, also at birth given the name of Innocent, though he's the biggest criminal going, allegedly, for cheating. Basically, yeah, so they've been together, but basically, I think he's got a lot of kids. And she's been with him since he was like a teenager. Like she's been with him throughout his entire career, before it was anything, and then came up and whatever. She's been there. However, he's got hella kids with other women, and like even though she's been there from day one,
Oh, I knew it.
his child, their kid together is like the fifth one. Yeah, the child together is like the fifth one. Something
They've got two
outlandish like that.
daughters.
Their
They've got
first
two
kid.
kids.
Yeah, they've got two kids. I think she's like number 4. Basically, their first child together is not number 1
Okay.
or number 2. Not number 3 either. Might be number 4, but not number 1, 2, or 3.
I believe he's
Which is
got 8
ironic.
kids, I think. She said that
Yes.
he's got 7 kids. And basically
Yes.
their child is the 5th and 6th.
Yeah. And the 7th kid came out whilst it was being reported that he's had 6 kids on her. So while everyone found out on Netflix last season that, oh my gosh, how can he have this many kids on her? The reports came out about the 7th child. Well, might be 8 now. But anyway, so I'm only telling you guys about this because, context, whatever. So basically, they're back on the show again. And he was basically talking about how cheating is not something... He's basically saying how a man can love his wife, but the woman he cheats with doesn't love them. And essentially, it's his sexual desires that... his sexual urges is what makes him cheat. But I think it was embarrassing. She's been trending all weekend, like in different areas of the world. Do you know how stressful that is? And not for good things either. So essentially, people are cooking her because they're saying, how many times does this man have to embarrass you? I feel like it's one thing to know that you cheat, but to be sitting in my presence on a dinner table with my friend there and telling my friend how the workings of cheatings happens is so embarrassing. But I then saw a clip. I'm not sure if the episode's come out yet, but I saw a clip of her then telling the woman, you can't speak about marriage. I thought, oh, you still think that's a marriage? That's cute. So anyway, he said, so apparently as well, he went on he was on had an interview recently where the guy basically asked if he would ever cheat on his wife again. And he says, I can't promise that I won't cheat again. I'm only human. And obviously then this whole thing came out about him.
Basically, yeah.
Innocent. It's actually ridiculous. I can't believe he's innocent. But anyways, so he basically, what he said on the show was, he says, whether you like it or not, is how men are wired. A man can love a woman intensely, but sometimes his sexual urges take control. And the lady you're speaking to, Nadia, she said, no, it's his mind, not his sexual urges. They're not independent. Who's that?
Oh, Lamar.
Lamar.
Is this the brother?
Who, me?
It's Tossin Cole.
No, it's Tosin Cole. I
was
just didn't know his
right.
name.
Oh,
I saw his face and then it's Tosin.
okay, cool. We just tell the people. Tosin, cool. That's not how you spell it.
He fine too. Sorry.
He is.
Isn't
Nigerian
that
man, though.
your brother? It's not your brother.
My brother.
So this is Tosin Cole.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Tosin Cole,
how's,
yeah.
how's he my brother?
the other one. I thought you were talking about the other.
That,
Oh, don't annoy me.
is that
'cause
bit of
I'm-
you, yes? You feeling that?
That is the baby. That's everybody.
No, he's good looking.
Nigerian. He's Yoruba. Anyway, get back in the car. So, so basically, then he then went on to say, he said basically that men have urges to cheat, essentially, or to have sex with women, and he's going to act on it. And so he basically said that, whether you want to believe it or not, this all will happen. And the woman was like, are you talking like, are you generalizing or are you speaking about yourself kind of thing? He's obviously trying to avoid the question. And then his wife was like, no, are you speaking about yourself or in general? And I don't know, man. I will say I feel bad for her. I do. I think she's a victim. And I think it's like Stockholm syndrome or something. Something's going on. Something is going on. Because she literally looks visibly sad. But I don't know. Because I don't know that she's staying there because of the money. I don't know. I don't know anymore. All I can do is just offer prayers to her and pray that one day she finds some form of self-worth and leaves it. Because if there's a thing where he's cheating and doesn't affect her, that's fine. But it breaks you down every time. I'm even reading he's gonna rekindle one of his other exes, one of the previous baby mums. So I don't understand. I don't know what it would take, but I didn't like the fact that she was getting cooked the way she was getting cooked. But it is what it is, man. And he was honest, so I guess if she stays there now, well, she's staying there to be fair, but I don't know, man. But she also talked about, you know, how people say that she's an embarrassment to womanhood. And she's a disgrace to women, and like she gets a lot of backlash, I guess, for staying with him and whatever else. And it is what it is anyway. But the tea I really want to get to, I like when white people have drama. So basically, Philip Schofield over the weekend resigned from this morning, and he did so effective immediately. So he's not on air today. So he said, "I have always been proud to cover fascinating stories on This Morning, but recently This Morning itself has become the story." Oh, bars. Okay, that was nice. "Throughout my career in TV, including the very difficult last few days, I have always done my best to be honourable and kind. I understand that ITV has decided the current situation can't go on, and I want to do what I can to protect the show that I love. So I have agreed to step down from This Morning with immediate effect in the hope that the show can move forward to a bright future. I'd like to thank everyone who has supported me, especially This Morning's amazing viewers, and I'll see you all for the Soap Awards next month." He has no shame, he's still giving it. Let me tell you the tea with all of this stuff that happened. You know this all started, yeah, when they skipped the queue. Because basically like, he's on This Morning and he does it with Holly Willoughby.
Yeah.
This all started when they skipped the queue for Queen, the Coffin Gate. When they wanted to see the Queen. This all happened. This is where the whole drama has started with all of them, right? So essentially, they were basically getting cooked. We talked about it on here as well. They were getting cooked for days. And I guess that kind of put a bit of a strain on their relationship. Because Holly and Phil, I like seeing clips of them on like online and stuff. They have really, really great chemistry. But apparently that's when things kind of got a bit, you know, tricky for them. That happened. Then obviously, as we found out, his brother is a paedophile. And his brother confessed to him before it came to public light that this is what he had been doing. And so Holly feels betrayed that he never told her what was coming. And Philip essentially kind of kept the secret for like 3 months. And then obviously when the police then found out and it was being investigated, now he's like, "Oh, I could cooperate and tell them da-da-da-da-da." But it doesn't count because you knew before anyone else did.
Well, he's going to have his own investigation.
Okay. He's going to have his own investigation. Because allegedly, right, what the streets are saying is that he has an injunction that he pays. He has an injunction at the moment, and that could be coming off. So apparently he pays this PR company to keep certain things under wraps, and he pays them 30 grand a week.
Wow.
To keep certain things underground. And apparently that is going to expire in July. There's a lot going on in July. So apparently, allegedly, he's been paying for all of this, and allegedly it's all gonna expire in July. And so it's gonna come out that he allegedly as well has been talking to little boys.
But you said Lady was cooking up the man from before, and no one ever said nothing. You was all saying he was proud and that. I mean, brave and that. Everyone was proud of him.
No. We need to make a distinction and clarify that. That's when he said he was gay. Nobody said he was proud and well for talking to little boys.
He was chopping up the youth, man.
I don't think people knew that when they said they're proud of him.
All right.
No, the thing is, I think they did.
They
you know.
did. It was the assistant youth man, the little lackey,
young
whatever
guy,
he is,
yeah.
the young boy. That's who he was cooking up.
Yeah.
That's the video. Because basically, there's a video circulating where he's basically out. There was a prank going on, yeah, and he's out with a little boy, and the boy is sipping wine,
Yes.
and that's the boy who then end up being an assistant on whatever.
And at that time, he was like what, 17 or something, 16?
Well, the boy when he's sipping wine.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like a little.
And that's probably the same
guy.
youth.
He looked like 12.
That's probably the
Yeah,
same
see.
youth that they're saying he was chopping from when he was 15, innit?
Yeah, I think they're trying to say that is the guy.
Yeah, see.
But basically, all of that apparently is going to come out, and I guess this is some kind of media control, like some kind of control to try and avoid all of this stuff. And also, so with morning shows, this is really like the morning show. Have you watched that, Brent, yet?
Not yet.
No, you should really watch it. It's so good. But this is basically like that, where if you've got a co-host of 2 people, obviously there's 5 of us here, so if one person gets in a scandal, the other 4 rise up. Do you know what I mean? But when it's like 2 people, there's a whole thing. Yeah, your ratings, everything depends on. It's dependent on the 2 and the chemistry that you have.
This is when he went to meet the boy in his school. That's the first time he saw him.
Oh, disgusting.
He's in what, primary school there or secondary school? What is that?
He's at secondary school. It's like a
But Holly knew.
This is what people are
That's what the
saying.
streets are also saying.
I've watched the morning show, man. Holly knew, man.
Let me see. You
Why?
cannot compare Holly.
Homegirl knew. What's her name?
Jennifer
Rachel.
Aniston. Yeah.
Rachel knew.
Rachel knew, man. But that's the thing, because it's enabled behavior. So maybe they've been enabling his behavior, talking about you're so brave and shit. He's been brave for a while.
For real.
Brave in plain sight. In plain sight. But yeah, man. So basically, what was I saying before that? Yeah, man. It's all just come to a head, man. So yes, so about the chemistry when there's
What
just two
type of
people that are
scandal?
presenting a show. So basically, she just feels betrayed.
How can I be in a scandal? I do everything in plain sight. What scandal? We're gonna hear that I was chopping up some gal or something. What, threesome, orgy or something. That's not a scandal.
That's not,
Back in the boat.
back in the boat. Thank you very much. Back in the car.
I don't do nothing scandalous.
Heck, back in this tricycle. Let's go. Right. So obviously with Holly, so if Philip is involved in a scandal, it will affect her. Because essentially, because this morning's been two of them for years, she could get fired on account of your foolishness. Do you know what I mean? And if they bring someone else in, what's the ratings going to look like? It affects her career. And obviously, he's 60-something. She's a young 40-something. There's 2 decades in between them. Her career is not retirement age yet. One could argue he's at retirement age, TV, media-wise. So she felt very betrayed that this was going to happen. Your brother was going to do all of this stuff, and you didn't tell me. And obviously, while he's there, he had to take a leave of absence for the duration of the case. She had other people coming up. Big up Alison Hammond, because people are like, do you know what? You need to keep Alison on there. Keep Alison on as a host. So all of that stuff as well affects the ratings, because the producers might decide, you know what, actually, Alison is good. Let's get someone else that's a man as well with Alison. And now, Holly, you're out. So it really affects her career. And I guess what I'm hearing as well, what I'm reading is that ITV favour Holly. So she said to them, if anyone's getting fired, fair, but I'm staying. She really is Rachel, isn't she? She is Rachel. Because she basically said, I know this boat might be sinking, but if you were to get rid of him, that's whatever, but I'm staying on. So don't think I'm going to leave on account of him, essentially. But it will be interesting to see what happens in terms of cases coming up against him and stuff like that. But
I know I wasn't here because I went to the toilet, but do you think he's leaving because he knows that things are about to get on
yeah,
top?
100%.
And this is
Because you know what it is?
Because all it's going to do is ruin their brand.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's ruined everything. Because you know what it is? He didn't leave and say, I'm leaving at the end of the month. I'm leaving next week. Like, I know Ant and Dec, they've basically said they're quitting one of their shows, but it's like to the end of next year, that's when the show's going to finish. Do you get what I mean? He's not leaving with notice.
Yeah.
If you think of how long he's been doing this show for, he should have a nice little reel, a nice little send-off party. I feel like they know that, yeah, this is about to be mad. And I feel like this is his way of being gracious, bowing out. But man, I'm hearing, right, that apparently the detective on his case has basically been saying that there's a modern day Jimmy Savile.
Really?
Yeah, this is what the streets are saying. I did my searches and my readings, but that's basically what they're saying, because he is being investigated for stuff, allegedly being investigated for stuff, and the lead detective is basically saying, yeah, man, there's a beloved Jimmy Savile walking amongst you lot. That's how when he said it's going to be at the awards show, I was thinking, do you really think that's a good idea?
Apparently, Alison and Dermot are hosting this morning.
Are they? They're great chemistry. I think they should be the ones to keep it. I hate the fact that obviously Holly's career might be scarred, but her husband is a big boy TV producer anyway. She can get another job.
But like Mark was saying, she knew that what Philip was doing with the
But that's
with the
something that
boy.
everybody knew. ITV knew.
So why is she complaining about anything? Why does she keep her mouth closed?
It was still there.
Wait, when you guys say that they knew, right? Are you saying that they knew that he was cooking up little boys?
I don't think that's what she knew.
They knew, right? Again, people correct me if I'm wrong.
Allegedly,
Because I could be talking rubbish here, right? But from what it seems like, they knew that this guy came out as gay and said, I'm free, guys, I'm gay, I'm telling the world.
Mm-hmm.
And my partner, they knew who his partner was. His partner was this 18-year-old boy.
His partner was a little boy.
Yes, was an 18-year-old boy. They also knew that this is not the first time they'd seen him, because he was working on the show as a 16 and 17-year-old. So that means, you know what I'm saying?
They would have known that they had a relationship with the shoot.
They knew.
And even if everybody wouldn't have, like, someone that you work close with every day, Holly would have known.
But did he publicly come out and say, did he publicly come out and say that's his partner? He couldn't have.
So listen carefully. We covered this, right? And he said, "Yeah, I'm gay," but that was because they found out that he was in a relationship with this guy.
Yes.
Right? But he was 18. I
fair
think.
enough.
So when you say they knew, is it that they knew that he was having a relationship with him before? Because
Before it came out.
in
Yeah.
anybody's mind,
In my
it's
mind,
legal to have relationships.
in
with a
in
boy,
my
right?
mind, yeah.
So it's not something that he should get fired.
In
over.
my mind, the producer, his assistant, Holly,
ITV director.
as anybody close in that close circle knew he was dating that boy before it came out in the public.
100%.
Then all of them should get cooked. Then
This is it.
it's
Why
not
is she
just
complaining?
Holly. It can't just
No,
be
but-
Holly.
Are you guys
Yeah,
telling me
cool.
when he came out as gay, it was because they knew he was with an 18-year-old boy?
I think
Yeah,
so.
because-
Yeah.
Well, you know that's a 43-year difference.
Is it 43?
Yes, he's 61.
Wait, see,
Look.
God is upstairs right now. Just
43. Because no, wait. Because this is what I'm stuck on here.
Remember, he cried.
There's
and
no
said,
way.
I'm in
No,
the
but you know what's
closet, I've
mad?
been in the closet.
But
And
I
everyone
missed that.
congratulated him.
I just thought he just came out because it was winning him in
on
his
the
heart.
show. We did it on the show.
That's probably off.
What?
Because in my
No, the
mind
camera's
here,
on me and I'm not talking. So I'm just giving
In
him
my-
something to look at.
in my mind, there's no way his coming out was as a result of the 18-year-old boy, and people were talking about you're so brave.
But then hold on a minute. The boy was 8. Okay.
That's what they done, and the whole world championed him. The only person that said anything was me and Looms.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, here we go.
Shut up!
Facts.
All right.
What?
It's not accurate, but okay.
That is accurate.
So
We're
wait,
the only
wait.
people that said anything. The rest of you that was championing this man,
When-
talking about
what-
how brave he is.
What, for coming out?
Yeah, like,
But
I
wasn't
remember,
wasn't most-
Emmanuel championing him, saying it's a brief decision. Finally, not living in fear of recrimination anymore, stepping out into the light.
Iman is.
I remember
You know what
that.
he's like there.
But obviously, he agrees because he's not saying anything.
I think they know. They definitely do. They're all complicit.
I have to do
I think
this.
Holly. I think once it comes out, Holly's gonna get in trouble.
She is.
I
Right.
think her and producers and that entire show might get lock off because I can see Twitter going mad now, and they start looking to just pile on.
Death by association, proximity thing. Holly. When all the information comes out, Holly's gonna catch some strays for that. She gonna get blood in her shoes. She's too close.
Yeah, who is Holly?
Holly
Will it
Willoughby.
be?
blonde, really
Because
pretty.
I'm really looking.
I didn't watch this morning, so probably.
You know Willoughby.
You've seen her though.
She used
You
to be
would've
with
seen
who was her brethren?
I'll just type it in.
What's her brethren called? What's the Abigail called? The blonde thing, skinny
Stacey.
thing.
Yeah.
No,
Not say Solomon.
it was Holly and Fern.
Fern Cotton.
Fern Cotton. Holly and Fern were lit. Why they break them up?
Because she was with Phil. I'm actually googling like who is Philip Schofield dating. I refuse to believe that because that's wild.
But
that-
Wait, so yours-
at the time, the boy's face was everywhere. And then the video
Philip
dropped at the
Schofield,
time.
yeah.
Remember, Marks? The video dropped at the time with him in the pub,
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking all. Caught me.
Look at that. I'm
Piece of shit.
typing. Was Philip Schofield dating that little boy? Because this ain't it.
What have you sent? T.
Well, it's like it's what do you call it?
Oh, he was 18
One
when
of
he
these
was
guys-
invited down.
One of these guys basically like collected all the dots basically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
But
so-
didn't they start dating before?
The
Yeah,
poster's
so the guy was
unavailable
18 at the
again, man.
time.
Is it a private page?
Yeah, I guess.
So can't we just screen record it, please?
What are you talking about?
This Philip Schofield thing.
Oh, I need to see this.
I'm gonna go and take.
So you had this information, you didn't send it to me for Word and Road?
No, do you know? Yeah, I don't know.
You want to send me Snow Bunny?
How
Can
do
you
I-
send me the proper stuff, please?
Shit. Oh man, you need to see it.
2014, he landed a
Can't
job.
just do the audio.
So in 18, the guy was 20. In 2014, the guy was 18. How many years ago is that? Because I'm stuck on the maths. 2023, take away 2014. 9. So 9 plus 18. So the guy's currently 27. Philip Schofield is 61. 34-year difference.
So he's based 27 now.
Yeah.
Oh, but they started when he was 18.
Yeah, that's when the guy got the job on. That's the job on This Morning.
Oh.
But obviously,
But then I guess
they were
would
dating
pe-
before he got the job.
Oh, definitely.
Allegedly. Thank you for doing that. Allegedly.
Mm.
I'm disgusted.
I wish I could play this thing though, man. But like, I don't think the audio alone does it justice.
Do you know what? I saw a tweet that came out the other day, yeah? I don't know how relevant it is to this, but it was like, was there a recent issue about like age gaps and stuff. I forgot, but it was like, oh, you lot all screaming, you lot all talking about age gaps. I hope you keep the same energy.
With Beyonce and Jay-Z.
When I don't know, but they were like, it was on Twitter. It was like, I hope you keep the same energy when breaking news comes out in the next few weeks about someone in the media.
Yeah, it will be someone black. We don't care about Schofield.
It's true, actually.
Breaking news though.
Who else is there? Like, we're talking about Marcus Houston. How long ago was this? Because we already know
Like I saw it the other day.
Yikes. But people say that though. People say people want to have a conversation about age gap, but you don't sit there and talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z or relationship
What's
goals.
the age gap?
A lot. Let me check.
You know what it is? I'm going to be honest. I'm very ageist. And the reason why I'm ageist is
I don't
because
think
I'm
the
from
age
a-
gap is the main issue for Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think it's that he got her so young.
Yeah.
Maybe. They
12 years.
But I'm a product of
Ain't
a
nothing.
massive age gap in parenting.
Yeah, I think, yeah. It's 12 years and they met when she was 18.
So he was
Allegedly.
30.
So she was not.
Yeah, no, he's
He said,
30.
but they began dating about a year and a half later when she was 19.
Who, Beyonce?
So what? It's
So
30,
he was 30 and she
30,
was-
30 and 18.
Yeah, that's mad. That's wild.
Yeah.
Sorry,
31 and 19.
that's nuts.
That's a lot.
There's like a guy my age. It's like a guy. I'm seeing as a guy my age dating my sister. Are you that? If I slap.
Yeah. I think age gap is a conversation, but it depends when the starting ages are, as in for both men and women.
Can't hear me. Put it a bit closer. Let me see.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yes, I think age gap is an issue, but depends the starting age. I think 18 is too young, 19 is too young. I think from 25, then it is what it is now. Like you're mature enough.
Oh no, man! Age gap's like internet thing, man. No, you get me.
We'll find out when breaking news
It's a
happens.
buzzword. In real life, the age gaps be gapping, and there's been
Gaps be gapping.
the gaps be gapping. They've been gapping from the beginning of time, and I don't see it slowing down. So, but the internet, love all the contentious stuff. It's mad still, but
We'll see what happens with. I'm actually, boy, it's gonna be
18
mad.
and 30 is a bit.
There's a lot going on this summer, boy.
There's a lot in it though.
It is. 18 and 30 is a lot.
18 and 30 is because
What is an 18-year-old
Because
doing with a
18, yeah.
30-year-old?
Reverse cowgirl. Sorry.
Just drink your
We
water.
did ask, to be fair. But it was more of a rhetorical question.
No, it was very rhetorical.
Right. Do you know what? I've had
Do
enough
you,
of
do
this.
you realize like there's no one elephant, two elephant, three elephant gap between him responding to things like that? It's just immediately.
You just, yeah. No one, nothing. You
It's
just,
just it's weird.
You say it's weird.
You find like your superpower is so
evil.
corrosive.
He said
There was no
corrosive.
pause. It was just and like you were looking at her, and whilst you were turning, you just said it.
Like
You
so
didn't even finish
casually.
turning. Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting? You know, sometimes with like live production, if someone swears, they can beep it.
There's no.
You're giving them a run for their money because they can't catch it. They can't catch it for nothing.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah, be you, man.
No, you're not.
It's a superpower.
But you need to be that.
Let me try and see if this does some justice. Because I want you guys to kind of see what this
What, the
guy's-
video?
Yeah. Let me just do the audio though.
It's disgusting, man.
You could have done.
Been married to his
recorded
wife
and
for
sent it to me and
27
we put up
years
time
and
ago,
had
but never mind.
You know what? Yeah.
No, I can hear it.
No, because
No, but Brent was
screen
screen.
recording is much better though. You know.
I said screen record though.
Yeah, I know.
About
I
10
didn't
minutes
think it
ago.
was a good idea.
Yeah, and then email it to me so I could put it up.
All right, cool.
Nah, this summer, there's a lot. This summer's gonna be one for the books. Literally, there's gonna be a lot going on this summer. But nah, man, yeah, I'll see what happens with that anyway. But paying 30 grand a week as well, yeah, to save your secrets.
That means
Who
he's
did you
on
kill?
BP. His salary was nice.
That salary was beautiful. That salary was definitely beautiful because that means he's not missing that. He's
So
not like
if I identify as a white homosexual, then I can do anything.
No, there is power. That's why I always tell people that when it comes to like the people that are important in society, it's white men, white gay men, white women, Asian men. Suella Braverman is Asian, right?
Yeah.
Asian women, black
She would say
men.
she's white though, to be honest.
Yeah, she don't act like she's a. Yeah, Asian women. No, sorry, yeah, black women now. No, black men now. Everybody else. Pets, dogs.
The dogs are above us though.
Yeah, dogs are by everybody.
Yeah.
I think after white men, gay, white men, dogs. Then women, blah, 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 and then white women at the bottom. But being a gay white man is powerful because the whiteness is still there. Because I can't believe that he really came out gay as a result of a scandal of him dating a younger person. And everyone said, you're brave. And then his brother then got wrapped up and is currently in jail for paedophilia. And we found out that he knew his brother confessed to him. Of course, what was he going to do with information then? Of course, because we do this. It's a Schofield thing. This is how we run.
And he's got the nerve to because remember he came out condemning his brother as well, isn't it? Like proper.
Yeah. But but that's the thing though. How can you condemn someone so heavily when you knew for 3 months? And the only reason why you're speaking up now is because the police caught up with your brother. And it came out that you knew. Now you're saying, no, yeah, he confessed to me. And I just what? He also released a statement, actually. That's why Holly's pissed off with him. He basically released a statement not too long ago saying how he knows that viewers can sense the friction between he and Holly, blah, blah. And she didn't approve it. She didn't know she was going to put a statement out. Holly's done, man. I feel bad for her, but it is what it is. If everyone knew, then it is what it is. But they're basically feeding him to the wolves, in my opinion. Have you got the video, Brent?
Man hasn't sent it.
No, it's still recording.
How long is the video?
It's like 5 seconds left now.
All right. So, but I'll be here to report on anything else that happens because this is some BS.
Cool.
All right, People's Journal.
Let's go into it.
All right, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. First thing is Labour are criticising the Tories. Obviously, nothing new there. But basically, they're saying the government should increase its use of the private sector to tackle the NHS backlog. So they're saying that as many as 300,000 patients have missed out on getting treatment since Tories basically called for greater use of private clinics since Labour called for a greater use of private clinics in January of last year. And the party said it was unjust that the lack of action, because the Tories haven't done much, they're saying has meant that only those who can afford to get treatment for themselves were seen on time. So I'm not too sure if you guys remember, or if we spoke about it in People's Journal, but Keir Starmer was talking about how, not that he wants to privatise the NHS, I don't think he would ever say that, right? Outrightly anyway. But he was talking about kind of using the private sector to kind of ease the burden on the NHS, right? Obviously, a lot of people in Labour are kind of against that because they kind of see it as, wait a minute, you're kind of moving to the right, bit by bit, in certain areas anyway. But yeah, so this is what they're saying. So the Shadow Health Secretary, Wes Streeton, said it's completely unjust that only those who can afford to pay to go private are being treated on time, whilst everyone else is being left behind. Labour would use the spare capacity in the private sector to get patients seen faster. If the Conservatives had their skates on, almost 300,000 patients could have been treated off the waiting list and back to their lives, living their lives to the full. So yeah, that's what they're saying at the moment anyway. Next thing is Rishi Sunak was talking to the EU about over the threat to the UK about electric cars, right? So what he's saying is the UK currently is lobbying the EU over a Brexit trade deal deadline, right, that car makers have warned would pose a threat to the UK industry. So Sunak said that the UK was engaged in dialogue with the EU about this change in the rule that's going to affect the manufacturing of electric cars in the UK. So car makers in Britain and the EU have asked for the rule change to be pushed back because of the whole Brexit thing. The deadline, I'm not sure when the deadline is, but it was coming up a lot closer than these guys would like in it. And they're basically saying because of that deadline, Stellantis, which owns Vauxhall, Peugeot, Citroën, Fiat, and all them other places, and basically said their UK factories are at risk. The company had previously committed to making electric vans in the UK, but now, because of the rules, they're saying that these plans are under threat. It warned that it could face tariffs of 10% on exports to the EU due to the rules on where these parts for these vehicles are sourced from. So all of these, there's just so much that goes into all these trade deals in it that make it difficult for certain companies to obviously continue to thrive. So under the current rules, 40% of the value of an electric vehicle needs to originate in the UK or the EU, right, to qualify for trade without any tariffs. So 40% of the value of that car needs to originate in the UK or EU. Now, because of this new rule, right, the percentage will rise to 45% of the beginning of next year, while for battery packs, the threshold will be 60%, right? And then from 2024, the bar is raised even higher to 55% for the value of the car and 70% for the battery packs. So all of these stuff is making it more difficult for these companies, because at the end of the day, because you're forcing me to do this, that means a lot of the time I'm going to have to spend more money to source these same parts to fall into this this tariff free what's the word? Let's just say zone, basically, for them to actually thrive and have business, which doesn't make no sense. So yeah, this is what basically Sunak is basically speaking to the EU about, because obviously this could affect the manufacturing of cars in the UK. Next thing I wanted to talk about is the UK government has sold £1.2 billion of NatWest shares. So they're reducing how much they own of NatWest. So the state now holds about 38.6% in NatWest, which was at its peak 84% owned by taxpayers following the global financial crisis of 2008. But obviously it sold a hell of a lot since then. It sold more than half of its shareholdings and completed its 6-share sale, which brought its ownership down from 84% to 41.4%. And the government has said that in the budget it aimed to sell all of its interest in the bank by 2025 or 2026, but will only sell the remainder of its shares when it represents value for money to do so. So that's basically that particular thing. And the last thing I want to mention briefly is that Meta, which is, Facebook or whatever, is expected to get a fine later over its transfer of Facebook's European user data to US servers. So again, we were talking about how China could do this particular stuff, right? Moving their data. And like Brent rightly said, it's just easy for them to move data nowadays, isn't it? But Meta apparently wasn't allowed to do this. But they've moved data that they've collected from the from Europe all the way to US. You know what I'm saying? And according to these reports, they're going to be fined 746 million euros. Yeah. Oh, no, pardon me, sorry. According to 2 anonymous sources familiar with this particular case, right, they're saying that the penalty will be higher than the previous record. The previous record was 746 million euros, and that was a fine that Amazon got over its flouting of EU privacy standards. And that's it for the People's Journal.
Thank you. Have you got the video?
Yeah, send it.
Yeah, because I was talking.
Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, let's get into headlines then. All right, well, AI. So artificial intelligence will get crazier and crazier without... What's wrong? You're right.
Yeah, no, someone took the Spurs job. I think it's a disgusting appointment.
Oh. So artificial intelligence will get crazier and crazier without controls, a leading startup founder warns. Large artificial intelligence models will only get crazier and crazier unless more is done to control what information they are trained on, according to the founder of one of the UK's leading AI startups. Imad Mustaq, CEO of Stability AI, argues continuing to train large language models like OpenAI's GPT-4 and Google's Lambda on what is effectively the entire internet is making them too unpredictable and potentially dangerous. The labs themselves say this could pose an existential threat to humanity, said Mr. Mustaq. On Tuesday, the head of OpenAI, Sam Altman, told the United States Congress that the technology could go quite wrong and called for regulation. Today, Sir Anthony Seldon, head teacher of Epsom College, told Sky News' Sophie Ridge on Sunday that AI could be invidious and dangerous. You ready?
Almost. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it's just loading up now. Just sending it off to Brent. But yeah, next headline is some sad news and trigger warning here about some injuries to a bus which has left some people in hospital. And 10 people have been taken to hospital after a double-decker bus hit the underside of a railway bridge in Glasgow. The roof of the bus was sheared off following a crash at 11:35 in the morning on Sunday. Firefighters and paramedics were quickly called to the scene where a number of casualties were treated. The Chief Inspector Elaine Tomlinson of Police Scotland's Greater Glasgow Division said that emergency services attended and 10 people were taken to various hospitals for treatment. A number of road closures remain in place, with disruption to some rail services. And the last headline, this is a bit of a crazy one. It's not much to the story yet, but basically, trigger warning here as well. Not too sure even how to even describe it, but vulnerability, basically, and incompetence across the board. And basically, a disabled wheelchair user who requires a ventilator at night had to sleep on a sofa in a hotel dining room because the accessible room she booked was not available. So Kat Watkins, who's 36, a UN convention on the rights of disabled people, development officer at Disability Wales, long title. She has brittle bone disease, and she has sleep apnea as well. And she's said to be suffering from severe back pain as a result of not being able to sleep in bed. And so basically, long story short, she went to this convention. She booked her travel lodge hotel room that has all the necessary stuff in there, to kind of help her in her situation. Goes there now, and they're like, no, there's no space. Because of that now, she had to go and sleep on the sofa.
That's mad. That's very sad.
Yeah.
And she's suing them.
Yeah.
It used to be.
She had to sleep on the sofa in a hotel dining room, Yeah, so...
That's England, isn't it? If that was America, they would take that travel lodge to the cleaners.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Pioneer generations are
they
good.
would. 100% they would. But that happened in Hounslow. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into the reaction.
Welcome to the reaction. Esther's favourite part of the show.
Live for it.
I'm just good. It's official, man. It's official. City won the league. It's been done. What? No horns or anything, Brent? No. Yes, well.
Right.
Well, there you have it. I wish Yusuf was here as well, because I was saying to man, do you at any point remember me telling you that Nottingham Forest have a very good home record and they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to stay in the league and it's going to be tough going there? Did anybody remember me saying that in the chat and getting a lot of pushback? Like I'm talking nonsense. It's Nottingham Forest, especially from Yusuf.
Who pushed back on you?
All of you, I believe, man.
All of us.
Yeah, all of you. When I was telling you, I was just saying, like, look, man, they're tough at home. They got one like at home. They do it. You get me? And then Yusuf checked, and then Yusuf checked, and then he started chatting shit. And I was like, maybe it was since after the World Cup or whatever. I don't know. But for whatever reason, they stayed in the league because of their home.
And Philip Schofield, who had...
Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
Has the video come through now? Oh, do you want to play it? Play it then.
been married to his wife for 27 years and had 2 children with her, publicly came out as gay on This Morning, with Holly Willoughby interviewing him on...
Is the bottom one, babe?
Thank you.
And Philip Schofield, who had been married to his wife for 27 years and had 2 children with her, publicly came out as gay on This Morning, with Holly Willoughby interviewing him on This Morning and supporting him throughout his announcement. Now, a lot of the original response to Philip Schofield's announcement about his sexuality was quite positive. However, shortly after his announcement, allegations surfaced from insiders of This Morning and within the, British television industry, who claimed that Philip Schofield had been grooming and having an affair with a runner on This Morning by the name of Matthew McGreevy. Now, McGreevy is 34 years Schofield's junior. He's 34 years younger than him. Philip Schofield was alleged to have gotten Matthew McGreevy his position at This Morning when he was 18 years old. And Philip Schofield was a patron of a theatre company that Matthew McGreevy had attended when he was a child, meaning that the two had met and had known each other since Matthew McGreevy was 11 years old. With Philip Schofield following Matthew McGreevy and sharing interactions with him on Twitter when, I believe, Matthew McGreevy was about 15 years old here. Here the two are caught on a dinner date together by British prankster Jack Jones. Furthermore, insiders claimed that the affair between the two was an open secret within This Morning, and many involved in the show, including Holly Willoughby, knew about it. However, the affair is alleged to have gone sour, with McGreevy mysteriously leaving This Morning to go and work on a rival show on ITV, Loose Women. And it's been said that McGreevy planned to go public over the affair as he was furious that Schofield had apparently fucked him over, his words, and was going to go to the press and tell them everything, which would have allegedly forced Philip Schofield to publicly come out. Now, it's further alleged that Philip Schofield has a super injunction in place on the British media to stop this from being reported on. And it's further alleged that Philip Schofield pays 30 grand a month to a crisis management team who brushed this under the carpet for him. Like and follow me for part 2.
I didn't think 30 grand a week was crazy, but
That's still a lot, though.
secret. That's a big secret to be kept.
Still there and thereabouts.
He deserves 30 grand a week.
Yeah, so as I was
I'm
saying,
disgusted,
Arsenal
man.
got beat 1-0 by Nottingham Forest to help them stay up. So they've done charity work.
Are you going back to Arsenal?
Huh?
That's why the video was played.
They've done their charity works, man. They've done a good deed, man. Happy Forest are up. You get what I'm trying to say? But I called it, man. I told y'all. Ain't everybody just at that little bit happier that now, like, the dust is settled, season's over, and Arsenal ain't got nothing to show for it? Ain't we just all... No? Is it just me?
I don't need to tell me
Okay.
your Gina. We've never got
I'm
involved.
just gonna read these stories and get out of here. Let's go. So it says Man City win the league. What?
Can I just let you
You're
know,
right.
guys, Brent rolled his seat back. Ready to...
I don't know what you want from
Yep.
me.
There you
'cause
go.
You already know me and my
No, I'm not
style.
talking to you. I'm talking to the.
You can't be
viewers.
talking to me.
No, I'm not talking to you.
I'm not the Arsenal fan that you want me to be.
I'm not talking to you. We've had our conversation.
All right.
I know how you feel.
I'm so excited about next season.
Nah, you people are resilient. Like, Arsenal fans are resilient.
They are. Let me see.
God's
how
strongest soldiers. That's crazy.
You know what? That pisses me off a little though. I don't know if it is you can engage with me on this one.
Water always finds this level.
That's the bar you basically put into the community. They're just repeating what you said.
Oh, I just liked it. Oh, was that mine?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said that.
So I was just retweeting it.
You know damn well.
Okay. Tell me something, Mags. Like seriously, right?
All right, go on.
I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans wanting Arteta out.
No, you ain't seen that.
I've seen it, and I don't understand it.
That would have been funny if I saw that. I would have jumped on that. They're not saying Arteta out, surely.
So-
But you know what it is, though? Nah, man, keep the same energy, man. Ollie done the same thing and lost his job, man.
But this is the other thing that I didn't understand. How was Arteta being compared to Ollie?
Let me tell you how. One second.
No. I saw the graphs and stuff, but Ollie and Arteta, I don't see them as the same ilk.
What, chalk and cheese?
Yeah.
No, I don't see that. Ollie gets
what is-
Ollie gets a proper bad rap, and he likes to be the butt of people's jokes, yeah. And I always supported the gaffer, and I'm not saying he was perfect or he was what we needed. And I knew that once he left United, he probably wouldn't get a Prem job, or not that quick anyway. So I understand that's not where we want to be in it, yeah. But Ollie was decent, and I don't think they're chalk and cheese at all, mate. Like
What has he gone on to do?
I don't think Arteta's that guy, bro. Like, so to say that they're chalk and cheese is ridiculous to me. Ollie, yeah, finished second in the Premier League. The year he finished second in the Premier League, he was the runner-up in the Champions in the Europa Leagues. That means he got to the final, and he got to a quarter-final of the FA Cup and a semi-final of the League Cup. Yeah, and constant abuse and hatred. This season, you finished second in the league. Yeah, you was out round in the last 16. Yeah, Europa, fourth round in the FA Cup, third round in the League Cup. But Arteta's job is great. Like, they're the same you. I don't think they're they're the same you.
Yeah. So let me rephrase my statement, right? Because maybe that's what's confusing you. I see Arteta as somebody who, in the next 50 years, is gonna continue growing to be a wavy coach / manager / football man, right? I'm seeing him as a prodigy right now.
Oh, I don't. I think he's decent. He might be like Brendan Rodgers level. I don't see him winning anything.
Oh, okay. Then maybe this is what it is then.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
see him. And I think maybe it's the case of I might just be biased with he can speak how many different languages.
Go to the City
He
thing.
kind of reminds me of.
If he took
he kind of reminds
the City job, he could win the league with them.
Okay. Why?
Because of the City.
So anybody taking a City job could win, right?
Well, Pellegrini won it. Mancini won it. Yeah.
So is that what you believe?
What?
Anybody taking a City job?
Any half decent manager? Yeah,
All
Pellegrini
right,
would probably
cool.
win it with
Don't
them.
mention that then, because I'm trying to have a conversation. It's a topic here, right?
Go.
I might be biased, and I might be naive. How I see Arteta, and I kind of compare him to one, how he comes across and communicates to the press when it is that he is in that particular hot seat. He comes across as a guy, yeah, I can see you in this particular position for the next 20 years, right? Confidently. How I've seen him come and change the culture at Arsenal, right? For me, that's a very tangible thing. He's gotten the entire fan base interested in watching again. He's gotten the players wanting to play for Arsenal again, right? I don't overlook that. I think that's very, very important. Now, I guess now that we've seen this year, for the next 5 years, maybe for the next 3 years, we're going to be scrutinizing everything that he does, because we would expect him now to kick on from here. He's mentioned that this project has phases, right? So he's come out and shown his cards in that regard. So I am now looking for him to be doing a bit much, well, as in next year, get a trophy. It may not be the Premier League, but let's get back onto the FA Cup. Let's start building out the squad so that we can actually perform on many different fronts, right? That's what I'm looking for. But I like Arteta, and I want him to have a run like how Arsene Wenger had a run.
Maybe.
Do you understand?
Just because he's come and had this one decent season. Remember, he's done fifth or something like that. I don't even know what he's done. Just because, how can he just leapfrog man with proper careers? Like, you don't talk about him like he's better than Brendan Rodgers, bro.
But you
like,
Mags,
how can he just leapfrog a man because he's had one decent season, like, and didn't even win that?
I don't want you to get emotional here. Hear me.
I'm not emotional. I don't care about Arteta.
Hear me out. Did we try to basically get somebody to replace Arsene Wenger?
What, with Emery?
Did we try to get somebody to replace Arsene Wenger?
I guess.
We didn't give him time, right?
Who, Emery?
Yes. Was it working with Arsenal? Was Emery working with Arsenal?
He finished fifth. He finished fifth.
No, but he is no longer here. So whatever happened behind the scenes, the confidence
wasn't
enough. But yet Arteta, as you just said, finished 8 something and then fifth, and then here, I guess it's proven that this is a better fit than what the guy who has accolades, because Emery had accolades, and this works, right? I don't understand when it is I'm seeing certain Arsenal fans complaining about this guy this season. I understand the complaints, to be honest, because it was terrible at the end of the season, 100%. But look at what he has actually done. Look how he's turned it around. Let's give him another 2 years, because I'm seeing that this guy is ruthless. This is what my eyes are seeing. He's ruthless, right?
You wouldn't get him out of there if you could for Nagelsmann.
Who? Me? No, because what we'll be doing is just, all right, that's worked over there.
Come to regurgitate
That's
the
not how
same
it
shit.
works.
Yeah, I'm with you. No,
How many did you all run through before you all said, all right, let's give Ten Hag a go?
3.
And Ten Hag might not even be the guy.
3? No, 4.
Ten Hag might not even be the guy. And look at
Moyes,
Chelsea. How many did Chelsea run through?
4. Yeah, we done 4.
How many did Chelsea run through? These are big names.
Yeah.
Potter. So for me, I don't understand this whole, just because those last few games now made you feel stupid in front of your Man United friends. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Arteta out is stupid. These are clearly building and growing. So to not even see what next year looks like is I don't understand the mindset. Why? So what are you gonna do? Start again? Go get another gaffer? Even if it was like a top gaffer, he still has to. I don't understand. Why not take steps forward from where you are instead of trying to scratch it and go again? I don't understand the mindset.
Maybe it's me being stupid, but comparing him to Solskjaer and saying that it's chalk and cheese. What has he gone on to do?
Who, Ollie?
Yeah.
Ollie's not working though. He's on a sabbatical. He's not working.
Oh, he's just resting, waiting for PSG or something.
Well, gaffers do that. You never said that to Poch.
Wait. I'm not getting onto you.
I'm just saying. You never said nothing to Poch when he stayed out of work for about a year or however long it was. You never said nothing. Like, he's not working, innit?
Okay.
He can go and get a job.
Okay.
He's won a league. He's a league winner. Arteta hasn't.
Would you take him back?
Would I take Ollie back?
Yeah.
Why would I take Ollie back? What's wrong with Den Hag?
No, nothing. But if he doesn't work out, would you call to give Ollie another go?
I don't. If it didn't work out, why would he come back?
Do you think that because you said that Ollie at United did better than
Ollie was
to stay.
Ollie was decent at United. Everybody wants to chat shit. Ollie was decent at United. Ollie went the whole season. He won every game away. He gave us big nights in Europe. We give us big scouts. We've done PSGs. We've done. Ollie was decent, bro. Like. Not
United, one of the biggest clubs
great,
in the world. If
not great.
The biggest club in the world. Ollie is not that guy.
Yeah, but he done his thing though. We lost to a City team that was. We lost the league to a City team that was firing. Okay, granted the gap was however many points or whatever, but we weren't on that level anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We weren't on that level anyway. So again, it might not be. It's not even about whether he's that guy or whether I'll take him back or whatever. That's got nothing to do with it. He's not here now. Forget all of that. But the time that he spent here, his tenure here, he was good. He was all right. Like he gets ridiculed for no reason. If you ask me.
Would you say to the media taking more focus on talking about City and the money that they've had for the longest while, and the league not really counting as anything because they might have been cheating for the longest while? Do you think that's fair?
I ain't really seen that. That's probably Arsenal fans look for that kind of news. The other fans ain't really seen that.
Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans maybe retweeted it, but it's not Arsenal fans.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've just seen people celebrating their great football, celebrating the way they clawed the league back, the great comeback, the run that they went on, the 14, 13 games on the spin, Haaland's goals, Jack Grealish's improvement, the defense. I've just seen good stuff. I haven't seen no negative stuff that you're trying to talk about.
But do you think it's a bit wrong to basically not give them their props though? Because
They're getting their props.
I don't think they are.
No, they are. You're trying to make it out that they're not, but everybody's giving them their props, man. They done their thing.
I don't know if they are.
No, they are. They done their thing. Use our media now.
There was this little subtext of, done again, but you've been cheating for long as well.
No, these are Arsenal fans. But I thought you tricked me. I thought you really didn't. I thought you really didn't care. Is this how you're trying to? This is what you're trying to do. This will make you sleep at night. This is the verse you're going with.
No, I've been reading more.
I honestly thought you.
Then.
That's what you find comfort with in your soul.
I don't want you to basically convince yourself this is the case. It's not the case.
No, I'm asking a question.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm honestly telling you, it's not.
Okay.
Remember, like I told you, I have enjoyed this season. I'm enjoying watching football now. I've even started watching Man United. I've told you.
That's just so you could chat shit to me when they lose.
Huh?
That's just so you could chat shit to me when they lose.
But that's not even the case. Why do you keep saying things and then believe in it?
Go on.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I want to enjoy next year. The fact that it is, I have a good friend that is a Man United fan, and he's been chatting so much crap. Next year is going to be even juicier.
Yeah, it's going to be
understand?
fun.
And the previous years, we didn't have a shout. I couldn't come and talk to you about anything.
Well, I couldn't say anything either. To be fair, there was no conversation for none of us because we was just both whack. Like you couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say
you
nothing.
found your voice this season.
Huh?
You found your voice only because Arsenal was on top. You found your voice.
I never had no voice. What voice? I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, you've been talking.
Me?
A lot. Yeah, you've been talking a lot.
No, I just thought you were going to win the league, innit? Like so.
Oh, is that what you thought?
Yeah, well, because obviously
that's not what you said.
The numbers backed it up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
right.
The numbers backed it up. Like,
you flip and flop so much, man.
I'm just saying.
Change your mind each time you come in.
Remember when we were saying, yeah, the stats, yeah, from no one's been that far in front from that point, yeah. So I'm saying the stats, yeah, obviously like what my heart would want and whatever, but the stats, yeah, the numbers, the information that they give you, everything should point to you not winning the league, innit?
So, like I told you, Vinicius is coming to Arsenal.
Boy.
Did you see the palaver?
I haven't seen it. No,
I haven't seen it at all.
I saw that they was booing him when he went to the ref and he was going crazy, and then I see that he done an Instagram post. Should I read the story? We've got a whole story here on it.
Go on.
Cool. So,
but it'd be nice for you to actually watch it. I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah, I was just about to send you the link. But
Thank you. Send it to me. Email, please.
Vinicius Jr. says racism is normal in LaLiga, and that the championship that once belonged to Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Cristiano, and Messi today belongs to racists, after once again being subjected to racist chants on Sunday. The Brazil international was targeted by chants from sections of the crowd at the Mestalla Stadium during Real Madrid's 1-0 loss to Valencia. The game was stopped in the second half for 10 minutes as the visibly angry 22-year-old grabbed the referee and pointed towards the fans who he felt had abused him. Vinicius Jr. Was later sent off for violent conduct in added time following an altercation with striker Hugo Duro. He tweeted after the game, "It wasn't the first time, nor the second, nor the third. Racism is normal in LaLiga. In football, they think it's normal. The federation does too, and the opponent encourages it. I'm so sad. The championship that once belonged to Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Cristiano and Messi today belongs to racists. A beautiful nation which welcomed me and which I love, but which agreed to export the image of a racist country to the world. I'm sorry for the Spaniards who don't agree, but today in Brazil, Spain is known as is known as a country of racists, and unfortunately, for something that happens each week, I have no defense. I let it happen, but I am strong and I will go to the end against racists, even if it's far from me. The Liga will request all available images in order to investigate what took place in the light of the incident. If any hate crime is identified, we will take the appropriate legal action," the league said. The Spanish league has previously lodged complaints of racist chanting or insults against Vinicius Jr., the latest of which was a claim before a court in Mallorca after fans were filmed racially abusing the forward. Spanish police are also investigating a possible hate crime against Vinicius Jr. after a mannequin wearing a number 20 shirt was hung from a bridge outside Real Madrid's training ground in January. Great.
This is not the clip, man. This doesn't show what it needs to show. The actual choke hold that this guy had him in.
I thought it did at the end.
Nah,
Chokehold?
Yeah, one of the players.
So what happened basically was there was a scuffle,
Yeah.
and then everybody was getting in his face, everybody was crawling around, blah 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 blah, and then one of the Valencia players got him from behind and got him in a chokehold. I was dragging his leg for like a good 5 seconds, and then when he got let go, he then lashed out like that. But when the VAR now told the referee to go and check, they only showed him lashing out. And then he gave him the red card.
So the Avi never got sent off?
No.
Bruh.
Yeah. And let me play another thingamajiggy.
He might be leaving for real, boy.
He's come to Arsenal.
You ain't gonna play that, man. What are they
They
saying?
call him a monkey.
Oh, was it the black boy?
That's all the
I
fans.
saw him
Oh,
crying.
they chanting monkey?
Not crying,
Monkey
but
or
like,
some racist stuff. All them.
Yeah, I saw that. It made me sad.
So yeah, he's coming to Arsenal. Apparently Arteta called him personally. Speaking Spanish, he can speak 5 different languages.
So dumb.
How are you going to afford him and Rice and Mount?
Sorry, where does Vinicius play?
I said, how are you going to afford him?
Oh, Ford.
Yeah.
Okay. We're selling a few of our players.
Sixpence. All the sixpence is gone.
Nah, we can sell Balogun for a little pence.
What, 7 million was that?
No, at least 50.
50? For Balogun? Bloody hell.
We're selling Tierney. We're selling Xhaka. We're getting
That Tierney one is so funny to me. I don't know how he's out the door now. You lot said this was the best left back in the world, bro. That's so funny.
I don't think we want to sell him.
Don't even play him.
He wants to play. So if it is he's not getting games, he's like, alright, cool, sorry, I want games.
But he'll do it. In our last headline, sports news, David Haney defeats Lomachenko. Did you watch it?
I did.
You want to give us some feedback on it? Because I didn't see the fight. I missed it.
It was a great fight, man. Great fight. Loads of people were thinking Haney was going to win because he's naturally a bigger guy.
Was it a controversial decision? I heard it went to points and some people thought he might not have got it.
It was. That's basically what kind of messed things up. And basically, yeah. So anyway, the fight happened. I would say it was kind of tough to kind of to judge it though, because like in almost every round, both fighters had certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of one of those things where it was always going to be like a draw or somebody just edging it out just about.
Oh, so it was a good fight then?
Yeah, 100%. It was a good fight. But the thing is, if you saw it as somebody edging out the other person, you would always think it was Loma. It was either a draw or Lomachenko should have taken it.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like everyone's basically saying the same thing. But one of the judges had it as a draw, I believe. And, no, sorry. It was a unanimous decision. So Tim Cheatham and David Sutherland.
Was it a title fight?
Yeah, 100%.
So
Undisputed.
Huh?
Undisputed.
What?
So like 4 belts.
But did Lomachenko have a fight belt coming into it?
No.
So Haney's got all the belts.
Yeah, Haney had all the belts.
So then the onus is on the challenger to be the aggressor and to think. So if it's as close as you're saying, how could you give it to Lomachenko?
Because you shouldn't give it to the one who didn't win though. You know what I'm saying? At least give me a draw then. But all the 3 judges said it was Devin Haney who won. You know what I'm saying? And one of them said it was 115. No, sorry, 2 of them said 115 to 113, and Dave Moretti said 116 to 112. Like it wasn't a 116 to 112 situation. You know what I'm saying? It was much closer than that. And yeah, even if you did think Haney won, it's not going to be 116 to 112. You know what I'm saying? Like I even saw Crawford afterwards talking about how he saw it as an 8-4, 8 rounds to 4 for Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He said, look, I love Haney, but I think he lost. You know what I'm saying? Like almost everyone's saying it. So and another thing as well.
Was it a performance? Was it because obviously it weren't dominating. I didn't see it, but just from speaking to you, and obviously it was close. But obviously he sounded like he done well. Yeah. Was it a taking the belt off the champ performance? Like you can't take my belt. Like you can't. You got. If I'm gonna give you not even just one, all 4 of them as well. It's got to be that kind of performance. Did he deserve to take the belts from the champ to walking home afterwards?
You know what the thing is though? It wasn't a wide margin. And the thing is, I used to think the same thing. I used to feel like if you're gonna beat the champion, you gotta beat the champion, take the belt, right? But the reality is, in boxing, if you just got more rounds than me and I'm the champion, you should get the belt because that's all it boils down to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Lomachenko, it seemed like if you're gonna give it to somebody, Lomachenko should have had more rounds in the bank. You know what I'm saying? The one thing is in the 12th round, and this is what Lomachenko did against Teofimo Lopez as well. He kind of not that he took his foot off the pedal like in the last round, but he allowed the other fighter to really finish strong, and that's what he did with Haney as well. So if it was a draw prior to that, Haney now edged it with that 12th round. Or if it was Loma winning by 1 round, Haney's now draw the fight with that 12th round. And that's what was kind of thingy. But the main thing for me is this speaks to obviously some level of corruption in boxing, right? Potentially. And I'll tell you why. Because 2 of these judges, I think it was Moretti and Sutherland, I'm not too sure, they also judged the Tank and Garcia fight. I remember last time when I was speaking about the Tank Garcia fight, right? That second round, right, where Tank dropped Garcia, that's an automatic 10-8 round. One of them judges gave it 10-10. 10-10. So they was already planning to finish Tank from the start. And both of these judges have come out and basically given 115 to 113 and a 116 to 112 to Haney. So it just makes people feel like, no, there's something going on here. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest disappointment about this entire fight. Because, like, Loma is, 35 now, I think? Not to say that he's finished, but he's a sick boxer. And if they're going to have a rematch, it's going to be, in like another 6 months from now, Haney isn't going to want to give a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, everyone feels though Lomachenko was robbed. I wouldn't say robbed because robbed is a strong word. You know what I'm saying? It was a tight, close fight. But if you're not going to give it a draw, you have to give it to Loma. Haney didn't do enough to say, I won. This is why the entire arena booed. Everyone booed.
Oh, is it?
I'm telling you, everyone booed. Haney walking down the thingy, going back to his locker room, everyone booed him. Yeah.
I might go watch that.
It was a sick fight, man. But yeah, I feel for him. And also Lomachenko's manager is basically saying we're going to appeal this. And we're going to try and get this result reversed. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man.
Man said appeal, you know.
Yeah. They want to get it completely scrapped. And it's sad because remember last week, I think it was last week, did I speak about Rolly Romero fighting one old guy? And this guy was basically a guy that Romero should have beaten on paper, innit? You know what I'm saying? For a vacant title. The guy dropped Romero in like the second round or the 4th round. And Tony Weeks, the referee, stopped it, I think, in round 8, I think, or maybe 10, I can't remember. Romero dropped the other guy, but then there was like a flurry where Romero was trying to punch him. Missed all the punches, you know. Tony Weeks jumped in, stopped the fight. It was the worst stoppage I've ever seen in boxing. 100%. Funny thing as well, I think like a day or two before, on Tony Weeks' Instagram page, he's got a post saying, as human beings, sometimes we make mistakes. We need to be forgiven. A day before the fight. So I don't know, man. Maybe this is conspiracy theory talk. I don't know. But things are just not right. And again, this doesn't seem to be happening in UFC, innit? So it's a shame.
It was that Haney. Did you see the clip of Haney going around talking about Floyd messed up the fight game?
No.
Kind of. I'm sure it was Haney talking on, was it The Pivot? Because he was saying like the UFC, man, they fight, they lose, they fight.
Yeah.
Some of them come back even bigger after a loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? And he's saying like with when Floyd doing the whole undefeated thing, it's changed it in boxing. No one don't want to lose their zeros, innit? No one don't want to lose their O's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
it's true.
So fights can't get made.
That is true. People are scared, innit? That is true. But I feel like even with the lightweight division, they're kind of changing that though, because Haney didn't shy away from this Loma fight. This is a big fight, a dangerous fight.
Yeah, I think he's speaking to that, like he's on it kind of thing, innit?
Yeah. You have to definitely respect Haney. And again, Haney didn't do anything wrong. Haney turned up and fought the best fight he could fight. And again, I don't think it was a robbery. It was close. It was a very close fight. I could see if... It's just frustrating though, man, because like, it's one of those ones where, like I was saying, it's either a draw. It seemed like Loma dominated most of the fight.
Anyone get dropped or hurt or anything?
No. Nobody got dropped.
No one get like hurt? Couple?
Haney looked like he was in trouble a couple of times. But yeah, besides that, no.
I might go and watch that, you know. Yeah. All right, cool, man. That's the end of our sports news. Let's get into Done Out Ere. There's only one thing here. That's cool. This is going to be short and sweet. Oh my God, it's broke, man. I can't even get the thing up. This is just... This is just stupidity. This is just dumb. There's not even much to say about this. This is... Yeah, this is light-hearted foolery, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you went for? Okay, cool. This man, yeah... I don't even know how to say this because I don't even know what to say. This man, yeah, was pulled over, yeah, DUI, yeah, driving under the influence. Apparently, he was clearly intoxicated. He was speeding, doing 52 miles per hour in a 30 zone, yeah. He gets stopped by the police, and while the officer is approaching the car, some extremely bizarre scenes start to unfold. This man proceeds to swap seats with his dog and tells the officer
The dog was driving.
he was not driving.
Insane.
How funny that is.
Insane.
Like,
Oh,
and he just thought that was a better option. That was a better thing to do.
I mean, I don't know.
I think the dog didn't snitch. It really is the man's best friend. Damn.
Apparently, they let the dog go without a warning. No, seriously.
They bought it.
Huh?
They bought it.
No, they let the dog go without a warning. They gave him to his friends. They said, he's not gonna. The dog ain't gonna be facing no charges. The dog's really cool. This man really done it. The police saw him do it as well. This is why it's funny as well. This is why it's stupid, yeah. Because like the police saw him swapping, jumping into the passenger, putting the dog there, and then looking at him all foolish. And then, the officer wasn't buying it anyway. Then when he got questioned about his like alcohol consumption, he realized the jig was up. He ran for it.
Terrible.
And left the dog. Left the dog you blamed.
Oh, he left the dog.
That's bad for the dog.
Treachery. But he didn't get far because he was drunk. So yep, he got tackled to the ground. Taken to the police station. Now his ass is in jail.
And now the dog is leaving people who appreciate it.
Oh, that is just foolishness. I don't even know what to say about that. That's a true story. That's a real thing that
But
happened.
he had to be drunk, to be fair, though. Because in what world are you getting stopped and you think blaming your pet is how you're going to
It's
get
gotta
away
make
with this?
sense.
Like, don't say anything, George. We can get away with this.
Listen, he
Just
drove.
play along.
And like, even if he wasn't drunk and you let the dog drive,
You're still
you should probably still get arrested.
You're still going to get arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
You're endangering everybody in society. Why is your dog driving your car?
Oh, that was stupid. When I saw that, I was like, why you put this there? This is so dumb. But anyway,
Pick up the dog, though.
big up the dog, man. This man is clearly done out here, man. Let's get into our outros.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for tuning in to a great show today. Nice way to start the week. Do like the video before you come out of it. If you haven't liked the video, I know you haven't liked it. So pause, stop, like the video, subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed yet. And follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you've got your dilemmas, send those in. The number is 075-6484-1073. Give us something juicy for asking for a friend tomorrow. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great day.
Peace.
Bye.